Sandra all the time is here with the cold hard truth. She's the ears and the eyes for me and you. Every day, everyone want to hear from Sandra. And every time on the air, she's getting better. Tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your mama, call Sandra in the morning and in the evening. They always calling Sandra. And when they start fighting, they calling Sandra. And
That's right, folks. Everyone is telling their mama about the cold hard truth. Welcome to another episode with more truth telling, more problem solving, and of course, more tea spilling than ever before. Sit back, students, grab your tea and turn up the volume because class is now in session. Call in at 936-2626 because your voice matters. Share your opinion on issues that matter the most to you. Good morning, Cayman. Rise and shine. It's another beautiful day in paradise. I know it's raining, but it's still beautiful. Are we not thankful for the rain? You better be. How's everybody doing? All right. Gonna get this show on the road this morning. Got a couple special features for you, actually. Let me see now. Instagram. Let me get the Instagram feed going. And then we are going to blast off out of here. So if you're trying to get me this week, you'll know already, this is a busy week. I got a lot going on. And so at the end of the day, folks, you got to get to me last week. If you didn't, you might have to wait until I come back. Yep. Let me see here now. All right. Good morning. Yes. My apologies. Little frog in my throat there. Gonna get that frog sorted out. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. As you guys can see, the weather outside is delightful. Not in a snowy way, not in a sunny way, but a little bit of rain. So what that means, quite frankly, is all of you have to be extra cautious out there. Yes. I know some of you will find it challenging, honey chill, but I dare say it's in everybody's best interest if you just take your time when you're driving. We would all really, really appreciate it. Fewer accidents, would make a world of difference. Okay. Live on Instagram, good morning. Facebook, good morning to you. Let me see here. Yeah, so I got some sus for y'all. This morning as well. I mean, what's a good show without a little bit of sus? First thing first, big shout out to the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. They do a phenomenal job every single year with educational campaigns during the month of August for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They give away free vouchers. So if you know, they've been doing that for some 27 years now. And it's really, something that has helped the community at large. So we had an opportunity to catch up with them, my apologies, a little bit yesterday to chat, to see how this year's events are going. We've got Dress Down Day, which is coming up. Folks, they've got lots of t-shirts in all different sizes at their office there, which is like right around the back, like the side really, of Mango Tree. So you can pop in there to their office and you can go through the different sizes. And they have, I saw a couple different colors of pink as well. So go check that out. Support the cause. You give a little bit of money and they give a lot of vouchers over the years. So we're going to, we spent some time with them yesterday. So I'm going to play that one up first, because the fantastic thing about that, folks, is we're going to get your blood moving here this morning. So I want y'all to do me a favor. Get a chair. So if you are, obviously you can't do this if you're driving, but other people in the car who in the car with you might be able to do it. But if you're driving, just listen in, because obviously, you can't do exercises while you're driving. But everybody else on social media, I'm sending out the links right now. And listen, the preview link has a big, beautiful piece of turtle meat, plate of turtle stew, I should properly say, because we're going to be talking about that here as well. There's a situation brewing that's getting people hot and bothered at the turtle farm. So we will discuss that as well. So yes, let me see here now. All right. So pull out your little sitting chair, and we're going to get everybody flexing and moving and the blood going this morning. All right, Robert, are you at work already? Can you pull out a chair? Everton, I know you can. Miss Olivia, what about you? Irvelyn, pull out a chair, honey child. We're going to have a good little segment here this morning. Felicia, Miss Stephanie Brooks, if you're at home. Oh, she says the roads are wet. But are you somewhere by a chair? Lavana, if you're already at work. People might think you're crazy if you start exercising in front of the ticket counter there, in front of your desk. But why not? We're going to get moving just a little bit. And you know what? If you're standing up, you can do these as well. So good morning, Miss Barbara, joining us from the UK. Alba, buenos dias, estoy bien. Miss Iva, are you ready? She says, good morning, classmates. Okay. You guys ready for this? Oh, I feel that crook in my neck. And I'm thinking, yeah, I need to stretch it out a little bit. All right. Inspiring and Miss Pat, are you guys ready? So here we go. Yes, honey child. Let me pull in the video. Hold on. So the first segment, we're talking to Lions member, Mr. Howell. And then we go into a little bit of chair exercises. You know what's so funny about this is just the other day, I was mentioning to someone about the importance of our seniors getting enough exercise. And I know some of them are not quite as mobile as some of the younger folks. Some younger folks aren't mobile either, to be honest. But, you can exercise, I have learned, by doing so little. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you don't have to go run around the track and run a mile and do all this kind of stuff. You could literally be sitting in a chair at home, even if you're in a wheelchair. There are things that you can do to try to stay as fit with those parameters, obviously, in place. So I want to encourage everybody. Everton says, I'm ready like Freddie. Let's go. All right. Miss Sonia, are you ready? So we're gonna up it a little bit. And if you were with us during COVID, you know that in fact this is probably not all that new. This was probably not all that new because we were doing it during COVID. Every Friday, we were having a little exercise segment. You know how I had pulled out my bike and then I realized that there's a couple things with that that didn't quite work because of the positioning. But I'm thinking about doing something else here coming up. So it's important for us to talk about exercise, for us to love it as much as we possibly can, and whatever gets your boat going so that you can keep down the bloat. Then let's get it. All right, ready? All right. So big shout out again to all of the Lions members who do a phenomenal job. Morning, Mr. Richard. Hope you're doing okay. Joining us from Round Rock, Texas. All right. Irvelyn is ready. Folks, we're here at the beautiful office of the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, Lions International. We're going to be talking about some of the amazing events that they have on for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. which, as most of you know, is celebrated around the world in the month of October. So let's go ahead and introduce our guests who we're going to be speaking with this evening. Sir, in case some people, I know a lot of people know who you are, but for some who may not know who you are, just tell us who you are and what your position is within the club.
I am Norman Howell, the first Vice President of the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, with responsibility for general health, and of course, breast cancer awareness will be part of that portfolio.
Yes. Now, I can remember, gosh, it's been forever that the Lions Club has taken on the charge in the month of October of raising. They have a cancer awareness campaign for breast cancer, and you guys do a really amazing and phenomenal job with all of the educational, workshops, community meetings, the 5K run walk event. So tell us a little bit about some of the events. We know that it's already 2 weeks in, obviously, to October. So you've done some of the major events already, but what else do you have coming up for the month of October?
Okay, as you said, the month of October is a very full month for us, Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. Breast cancer is what we refer to as a signature project. So it has been on our books since October 1997.
Wow.
So we are celebrating our 27th year of this ongoing activity. Our clinics and our awareness meetings are now top of our agenda, having had the walk, run, church service and other things before. So tomorrow, the 17th of October, we'll be having our Bordentown awareness meeting, and that will be at the Webster Memorial Church Hall starting at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
The next week, we move into Savannah for our awareness meeting, and that will be at the Savannah United Church Hall. There's a clinic for West Bay on the 22nd. Another awareness meeting, and this one seems to be the biggest of all, will be the Georgetown awareness meeting. This will be at the Lions Community Center on Crew Road. Also, the morning of that day Eastern will have their health clinic. And then, of course, on the 25th, month end, for most of us who work for the ending of the month, will be our Dress Down, Dress Pink. We're asking government workers, private citizens to dress up in their pink outfits and come and support our cause.
Right.
If we haven't had our special pink shirts yet, we can take a walk to the Lions Club Den, where we have our pink shop. Starting tomorrow again, you can come in and get your shirts at very reasonable cost, so you can help to support the cost. As we know, or as we say, early detection saves lives, and our aim is to provide at least 500 mammograms for our ladies, and of course some of our men will fall into that too. So you can come and support us. Another event we're asking for support for is our spa day at the Blossom Day Spa. Also, on the 25th also we have Pink Affair right next door to us at Mango Tree. So come and have your special pink drink. Of course, we said all the funds that we raise will be going towards helping our Caymanian brothers and sisters with mammograms. 500 is our target for this year.
Beautiful. Let's talk a little bit about the history. You said that, back in 1997, the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens made this commitment to bring in greater awareness around breast cancer, but there's an actual story about it, behind it, I should say, as it relates to one of your members, Miss Marilda Miller. So my understanding is that she was, a Lions Club member,
right.
And unfortunately she had gotten this diagnosis, and the club kind of rallied behind the important, events that happen around the month of October, the awareness campaigns that are celebrated worldwide. And I must say that, quite frankly, you guys have become the sort of forerunner for education around breast cancer awareness here in the Cayman Islands. So tell us a little bit about why that's so important to the organization.
Yes, so in 1997, our member, Marilda Miller, she had a dear friend and a colleague who was diagnosed with breast cancer. And of course, she asked the Lions Club to surround her.
Yes.
So they supported her and her colleague. And out of that, we came with our slogan that early detection will save lives. So we have rallied the cause for the past 7 years, and education and other things are what we
are about. Of course, we raise funds through various fundraising events to help with the ladies for mammograms to make certain that they can find out if they have it, because the earlier they find out, the better it is.
Absolutely. So you have an entire calendar of events. We will share the calendar with everyone who's watching, but you've got giveaway packages that will be distributed at the district clinics. The district awareness nights again are coming up. Obviously the Brenda Tibbetts Lund 10K and 5K walk run has been extremely popular for numerous years as well. So lots of information. I remember quite some time ago, I went to one of the informational sessions, and I find that, you learn something new that you didn't know before. You've got experts that you bring on board, physicians and so on, to give these lectures. Some people might go, oh, I went 5-10 years ago. Tell us, why is it important to make sure you keep informed?
It's important now because, as like anything else, a lot of new information coming up, and we are partnering with the doctors, medical persons, the Breast Cancer Foundation, and other persons to give us up-to-date information that we can share with the public. So it's good for the public to come out because, as I said, like science, things are changing. And for me personally, I've learned so much about the male part of it, that I'm willing to share it with other people too, having learned about it, because I didn't know 10 years ago, I didn't know breast cancer, we forget, was an old lady's disease, that sort of thing. But we realize when you talk to the breast cancer persons and they give you their statistics, people in their 20s and 30s are being diagnosed. So people need to come out to get these updated information.
Yeah, and men too, as you rightfully said, can also get a diagnosis. So it's good for...
And we do special recognition of our men when they come to our awareness meetings. We always find something special for them because, as I said, they are supporting their partner most times, but also they're getting information for themselves too.
Yes, absolutely. So over the years, the club has given out over 11,000 mammogram vouchers, sponsored again by the Lions Club Tropical Gardens, enabling women and men to proactively assess their breast health. And of course, again, this helps to save lives. Other diagnostic methods, including ultrasound testing, has also been sponsored by this club, especially in younger women who, the ultrasound is a better detection method. So over 55,000 persons have benefited from educational programs over the years, again, involving crucial partnerships with healthcare practitioners and providers across the Cayman Islands. So this is fantastic, folks. Please support Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the campaigns. The slogan has been that for many, many years, and it still remains true now. Early detection really does save lives. So tell us, perhaps there's some people who might be interested in becoming involved in the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. I know you can always use volunteers with different types of expertise. How can they reach out to you?
Well, we are on all social media, Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. So once you get on there, our websites are up and running. So we just need to reach out and we will definitely make use of our volunteers. Or you can pass by the den. We meet on a first, second, third Tuesday for different types of meetings. But once you come in, you can get some information.
Okay, beautiful. Mr. Norman, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. All right, folks, so we have a bit of a really fun interactive segment to this interview. Oh, yeah. Carla's in the house. Woo, woo. Carla, tell people a little bit about who you are, and anybody who's in the world of fitness definitely know that you've been around a very, very long time, encouraging people to be as fit and healthy as possible. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Carla. I'm a personal trainer and a health coach. So I train people out of different places. World Gym. I'm also into Ignite Fitness, and I'm here at the Lions Club because I'm a Lions member. I help people to get fit, healthier. Anything that if a corporate group wants someone to come in and talk to them about health and fitness and to get you going, to get a program put together, I am your person, okay? So I am here, I'm Jamaican. I've competed for many years in bodybuilding, martial arts, fitness, and so did I. So I'm here to show you some chair exercises that you can do at your desk, at home, and don't tell me you can't do these. Okay? You're gonna sit on a chair and you're just gonna do these, okay? Simple, easy moves.
Okay. All right, let's get it. Let's
All
do
right.
it. So you're gonna sit down.
So you're going to find a chair. Don't lean back. So
Yes.
you're going to sit with your body upright.
Okay. Yes.
You can play a music if you need to. And we can do like 30 reps or 20 reps or
Okay.
10 reps. All right.
All
so
right.
we're going to do a simple move first. So we're going to tap the heel. Start with the
Okay.
heel.
All right.
Elbows up.
So
Simple
tap
move.
the
guys.
heel with elbows up.
Yep.
Very
there you
good.
go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7.
And
Now
what
you
part
can
of the
move
body are we
arms.
working here, Carla?
Yeah, we're moving the legs, so we're just getting more
Yes.
little blood flowing to the feet.
Okay.
And to the lower part of the body, right? Keep the core nice and tight. Keep the body upright, so I don't want no slouching. No, I want you to have a chair that doesn't have
Yes.
elbows, right? So you want to keep the body going.
Okay.
So the blood is flowing up and down. Now you're going to keep the hands up. Now
Yes,
you're going to punch
beautiful.
up. Punch up. Punch up. Good. So you know
All
you're
right.
working the upper body also. Warming up the upper shoulders, chest, tricep areas. And as you do this, you can do a set of 10 to 20 reps. You can have your music playing. Then you can stop here and then go in and out.
So look at the positioning of the feet, folks.
Yeah, so your
Very
heels
important.
are here. And you can
Yes.
keep doing the heels if you want.
Okay, if you're coordinated.
Yes, if you're coordinated, because some people can't do it.
Yes.
Some people just keep the feet together and just work the arms in and out. So you're
Yes.
warming up the chest area. 1 and 2. So you can do 20 reps.
Okay.
Easy move. Then from here, you can bring the knee up.
Oh, wow.
So you're crunching.
Yes, and this is working the abs as you
This is
can
the ab
see.
time now. There you go.
Look
A
at
lot
that,
of people
folks.
want. Some people may not
Yes.
be able to bring the knee all the way up because they have a little pouch in front of
Yeah.
them. But there you go. Keep going. So you do
Yes.
10 to 20 reps, and then you can add a twist to it.
Wow.
Elbow to knee. Elbow to
this
knee.
is a full workout in a
Simple
chair.
like this. There you go. Just like that. Elbow to knee. Good job. Just like that. Just twist. Give me 10 to 20.
Working those obliques.
10 to 20. Yeah, this is the obliques we're adding into it. Good job. And then down to the sides now. Hands going up and down. Look at that. Shoulders. Working the shoulders. And then you can work the
Nice.
legs going up. Up. Up with the shoulders. Still working the legs,
Yeah.
working the core. Because this is now adding the abs
Yes.
with the shoulder.
And if you
work.
have free weights or a
You can
gallon
add-
of milk or whatever, you can
There
add
you
it.
go. You can add a bottle of water to your hand to add a little bit more weight to your
Resistance and weight, yes.
workout. Yes. And then from here, you can do jumping jacks.
What? Oh
There
my
you go.
goodness. Jumping
legs
jacks from
in
a
and out,
chair.
yep.
And you know what I'm thinking, Carla? This is actually really good if you have knee problems and you can't actually do the jumping.
And this is, I'm feeling,
This is
I am
no
feeling the
impact
burn.
on the, yes.
Oh, yes. So you can
Wow.
feel it. And then from one side, you can do this. So working the obliques, working the
Yes.
elbow going towards the knee. You can balance with this hand out, or you can hold on to the chair, and bring it up 10 times, and then you go to the other side. Pull it up, pulling it up, just like that.
I feel like we
If
should
you-
do this on the morning show every morning.
Yeah, this is nice, right?
Absolutely.
You're crunching it up, and then when you from there, you can go to the front with the hands, up and down.
That's
Up
working
and
those
down.
shoulders.
Working the front of the shoulders.
Wow.
You have a lot of people
'Cause you
with
can
slouching.
see.
Yes, you can
Yes.
see the front. That's
Yeah.
why I wore the shirt so you could see the front of the shoulders working. There you go. Up and
Yes.
down, up and down, up and down. Now we can reach overhead, overhead, over. So you know, feel that stretch in the side because a lot of people are so tight. You want to
Yes.
reach and stretch it out. Stretch it. Now you can move the legs with it. So you move the opposite leg, opposite leg, opposite leg. There you go. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do 20 of this. And you can feel that nice, loose feeling from doing that. See, I'm sliding back on the
Yeah,
chair.
so come forward.
Yeah, there you go. So you want to keep going side to side.
Yes.
And you can go down, down.
Wow.
So you're touching the toes. So you're working the back also. So anything with leaning forward, you're working the back
Yes.
muscles.
I'm going to get a little picture of the back here to show
Good.
you guys. You can actually see it.
Yeah, you can feel the
I
back
mean,
working.
Yeah, for sure.
Back.
You see those muscles
back,
that Carla
good.
has? She didn't get those by sitting down eating donuts all day.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And then we can even curl.
Do
if you have a
arm
little bit of weight, you
curls.
can do arm curls.
Right.
And while you're doing this, you can do kicks. kicks, 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 kicks. So you can kick, and I can do a combination of tap, tap, knee, knee, kick, kick, tap, tap, knee, knee, kick. And you can manage doing this for 20. Ooh,
Oh my gosh,
you'll
yes.
be getting a
Feel
good
the
leg
burn.
work. What? Yes, kick, kick.
I feel like I'm getting a
tap,
workout just watching you.
tap, knee, knee, kick, kick. And then you can add 2 arm work. Tap, tap, knee, knee, kick, kick. And you add the upper body, just like that. See? So I'm getting
Wow.
a full body work.
Yeah.
Like that. Kick, kick, and we reach, and reach. Just like that.
Wow,
What do you think about
that's
that?
phenomenal. That's really quite good.
Yeah. Thank you. And this is
Yes.
just a part of the whole
Yeah,
routine.
and you can take your time. Obviously, some people might be, a little bit fitter than others, but this is something that most people can do.
Of course.
This is fantastic.
Thank you.
So tell us why, Carla, when it comes to all sorts of diseases, but especially cancers and breast cancer, we know this for sure, factually speaking, that it helps if you are have a healthy diet and you're also mobile and you're getting exercise. All those things make for healthier you, right?
Yes. So as everyone know, you have to eat healthy. 80% of what you look like and how you feel is from your diet.
Yes.
20% is from the workout. So you have to do both. So you
Yes.
can't just say, I'm going to eat healthy and not work out. You have to work out. You need to build the skeletal muscles that's going to help you to burn and keep that body moving, to keep the heart
Yeah.
strong, to keep the lungs strong, where you have all those things working non-stop. Your heart and your lungs never stop. So you have to
Yes.
have them strong. And if the body is not getting good food, if you're getting too much processed food, food with too much fat and oil and grease, you're thickening that blood. If your blood have to go to those tiny little veins and they're clogged up with too much heavy stuff, you're going to increase your blood pressure. And that is what happens when you eat all that processed food. So you need to cut out as much processed food and add more vegetables
Yes.
and exercise more. And in no time, your body will change. You will feel so much better. I feel like I'm 25 every day of my life.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not even going to ask how old you are, but you look 25.
So you can do it.
Yes.
This takes time, but just slowly eliminate the processed sugary stuff. Sugar is a killer. Just let you know, sugar is a drug. It is not food. It is a drug. So stay away as much as possible from sugar. Include as much vegetables, natural things from earth, because God has provided all these natural things around us to provide medicine and nutrition for us to have from earth.
Yeah.
So don't go to the processed things that are made in factories.
Right.
Those are not for us. Okay? So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
All right. Now, are you, as part of the breast cancer campaign for the month of October and as a Lion Club member,
Yes.
do you go around doing these for different organizations and
Yes.
groups and at the meetings and
Yes, I
stuff?
do. And I
Yeah,
even for
nice.
the Lions, the meeting that we're going to have at the Lions Center, I'm usually teaching a big exercise class
Oh,
there.
nice.
So we have all the ladies getting up and exercising with me.
Beautiful.
So we love for them to come out and they will see me and then they can ask questions about
Yes.
exercise and health and fitness.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Carla. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, good folks. That was fantastic. Miss Sue says, I do these every morning sitting in the chair. The dance soca, yes, sir. Lost weight, belly fat gone down. Catherine says, thanks for the exercises. Morning to Patricia Blake. Daisy said, go, Carla. Johan, as usual, in the back of the classroom, not paying attention, saying next topic. Johan, you should have been doubling up on those exercises, truth be told. I mean, I'm just saying. We know you lost a few pounds recently, but, you should continue that journey to fitness. You should have been there pumping those arms and moving them up and down. That's what we wanted to see. Miss Yulene, good morning to you. Fresh Joe, good morning. Who else was doing the exercises? I know Irvin would have been doing them. Anybody else? Y'all look at me like, Sandy, it's too early in the morning. It's too early. All right. So thank you to Carla. Carla is, again, a fitness and health coach. Reach out to Carla if you need any personal sessions. But isn't that phenomenal? I figure we could hang on to that video, and every morning we could literally sit here and get an early start and start doing those exercises. And it demonstrates, which I think is amazing, is that there's so little that you need, just a chair, and to be able to move your arms and move your legs. And, you know, you're well on your way. Good morning to Neelas. Good morning, Miss Omiria. Can you give Carla's number? Or WhatsApp me, I guess. Let me ask Carla. I think it's fine if we can give out your number. Yep, she's been a member of the Lions Club, I think, for a number of years now. And she obviously has been. Debbie says, I did it and I'm out of breath. I think that she has, obviously demonstrated through her own life that fitness and health are so incredibly important. I mean, Carla looks amazing. Like, seriously, who would not beat somebody up for that body? Abby, good morning. Amiri says, I remember when me and you used to meet up every morning at King's. Oh my God, me and you know how long ago that was? Oh, geez, peace. I've not stepped foot in King's and I'm ashamed to say a very long time. Yes, girl, I used to go in the mornings and I'd play squash and I'd exercise. Oh, I fell off the wagon. And the worst part is I don't have to technically go anywhere because I've got a home gym that is full of equipment. I have the pickleball court now, which I have been using, but this weather, can't go playing in the rain, honey chill. Stephanie Brooks says, no more brownies for Johan. I agree. Speaking of brownies, you guys know that I'm traveling on Monday, and I did promise our little friend that I would get him some brownies. I need his mom. I hope he's listening this morning. I need his mom to shoot me a quick little message, and I will get his batch of brownies to him. Please message me, mama. All right. Strong Wilt says, Sandy, I was lying down and moving my legs, enjoying it. You know, in fact, there are things that you can do even lying in bed, because some of my physio exercises that I have to do now for my quads to try to strengthen my knee are lying down exercises and just isolating that particular area of the quads and actually just like pressing down on the bed. So it sounds so simple, but it isolates that muscle and it, focuses in on trying to strengthen that muscle deliberately so that, again, my knee, the meniscus area, all that has the support that it needs. Omiria says that she remembers. Oh, those were the days, girl. But don't worry, it's not too late. We're going to do it again. And I'm going to be doing a lot of walking on vacation. So I feel like, I should have probably been kind of warming up to it. There's Miss Carla. Miss Carla, put your number in here in terms of how people can reach out to you if they want to get started. Sometimes it's amazing to, you get a personal trainer, you get a health coach. They kind of start you out, give you good tips and tricks and, get you into a good routine. And then once you're on the routine, you can do some of it yourself and then just check in occasionally, whatever need be. Now, Carla, I'm looking at your profile picture here in a bikini. Girl, you put a lot of us to shame. That's all I'm going to say, honey chill. What a hot mess. So, folks, if you want to contact Carla, here's her number. Again, she's a fitness and health coach, and she has a proven track record of success. So definitely give her a call. Here's her number, 929-4068 for radio listeners. Fitness Guru, 929-4068, Carla, showing us how life can be wonderful when you're healthy and fit. Let me see. Well, we'll have to watch it a few more times to get it, but I will be doing it, says this person. Good morning, Sandy. The exercises even had me going, but we'll try these a few times a day. Yeah, so I mean, you can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evenings, and And yeah, all right. Hold on one second here. We have guests that are trying to come on, and they're not able to. Okay. All right, hold on one second, honey. Chill. Let me make sure that we are good to go. Internet moving kind of slow at the moment. Okay, so we're gonna just give them another link is what we'll do. All right. Oh, let me check something. With Daniel. Okay. All right. All right. So again, thank you very, very much to Carla. I loved it. Love that segment. All right. So we're going to move on here in just a second with Meals on Wheels. Amiria says, same with me, home gym now. Sometimes, Amiria, I feel like when you're forced to like get up, put on clothes, get out the house, it is a little bit of a different vibe. So sometimes you just have to know your personality, that a home gym is going to collect dust and it's not going to work for you. Maybe going somewhere is helpful. I like activities where I can be competitive. Shocker. Real shocker. With people. So, my husband tells me all the time that I have a very competitive personality. And so he's like, oh man, like when people come over, I'm like, oh, let's go have a little bit of fun on the pickleball court, like literally Christmas Day. I'm like, oh, let's go have a little bit of fun on pickle. And he's telling people, don't do it. She's going to beat you up in the court and she's going to, He's like, don't go out there. She claims that she doesn't know how to play, but you wait till, and I'm like, oh, Marlon, it's not that bad. Honey, chill. He'd be trying to warn people. Don't get her going, man. If she gets on that bicycle and you're next to her, she's going to outcycle you. Morning, Allison. Lavana says, Sandy, that's so true. A lot of exercises can be done laying down. I'm doing them to strengthen my leg and back muscles. Irvelyn says, you're drooling. Carla, yeah. I mean, almost as bad as how I drool about the brownies. To have that body, honey child, but you mightn't get that body because that requires a lot of dedicated work, but we all can make improvements. But yes, Carla in a swimsuit is divine. That's the body that we all would love to have. But you don't get it eating brownies. And you know what she said? 80% of it is what you put in your mouth. So, y'all done know. Auntie loved food too much to probably ever have a body like that. But anyhow, we could get halfway there, Yes, I might not have the 6-pack that Carla has, but maybe I can have a little 2-pack. All right, we're waiting on our other guests coming on through. Yes. Oh, and I have a question today that we're going to talk about. Someone asked an employment question that I actually get all the time in relation to domestic workers. But I'm having my HR specialist pull up the segment of the law before we delve into that. So make sure that you tune in for that segment. And of course, we got to talk about some turtle meat here today. What's going on over there? Siobhan says, I don't think it works like that. I know it doesn't, Siobhan. That's the problem. But you can listen. When you go to the physicians, they'll tell you, you might not be able to hit the gym every single day. You might be able to run a marathon, all this kind of stuff, but every little bit helps, right? So, 10 minutes of walking in place, doing rotation exercises, anything helps. You guys see the Tai Chi exercises? If you're on my personal Facebook page, you see that I post those a lot. And those are not a lot of times very rigorous. They're like doing like kind of rotator movements and swinging your arms. But listen, you do that for 10 minutes and trust and believe me when I tell you, you're going to feel it. And it's very easy and deliberate exercises as well. But it's good. Pilates and stretching and yoga, all really, really important to get you going. All right. So we do have a CUC video as well that we're going to play in relations to their rights offering, but I was hoping that we could have our Meals on Wheels people jump on first before we start that video. If not, we're going to jump right into that video as well. Because that's quite an important topic if you are a CUC shareholder, which it occurred to me that I'm actually not. And so I think that I should become one now that I'm thinking about it. I need to, I need to buy some shares in CUC. So we need to get on it. Okay. Ready? Or not? No? Well, if they're not ready, we're going to go ahead and play the CUC video. No time to waste here today because we got a lot. Got a lot to do. All right, let's do the CUC video. And then once Meals on Wheels joins us, we will have that segment. Okay. All righty. So big shout out to CUC. They did a press release recently about a rights offering. You know, all these things sound complicated to us. So sometimes I say to them, that even maybe the average shareholder doesn't know what a rights offering is. Can we come and do an interview so that you guys can explain it? And they're like, yes, absolutely. They're always willing to talk, which, you know, give them credit for that. I think that that's really important to keep the dialogue open. Good morning to Miss Jackie. So this is, a sit-down segment again that we did yesterday with them explaining what this is and explaining how you can actually go to an informational segment this evening to get more information as well. So good afternoon to everyone. We're here with a representative from CUC, Ms. Claire. She's going to tell us all about some very, very exciting news in relation to their rights offering. And what does that mean? People see these press releases, they hear a little bit of information, they're like, I think I need to know a bit more about that. So she's the expert in this area. Hi, Claire, how are you?
Hi, Sandra. I'm fine, thanks. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. So tell, for those who may not know who you are, perhaps let people know what it is that you actually do at CUC.
Okay, my name is Claire Stafford and I'm the company secretary and the data protection officer for the company. And I deal with share issuances and our share plans, investors and that kind of thing as well.
So it seems when you start talking about share offerings and rights offerings and all this sort of stuff, man, it sounds complicated. This is the world of corporate Cayman, but you're going to demystify all of it for us today so that anyone who's listening can clearly understand what this is all about. So let's start maybe taking a few steps back and talk a little bit about CUC shares in general.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we have a few different share programs that are available. A lot of people think that you have to be super wealthy or, somebody who has a broker and you're used to this kind of thing to have shares in companies or interest in companies here. Well, that's not true for us.
Right.
While we are listed in Toronto on a stock exchange and you can buy shares of CUC via a broker, we have some everyday plans that our customers in particular can take advantage of. And if anybody wants more information on that, we're available to give that information.
Okay.
There's available information on our website about it.
Right.
And we're happy to take calls or emails to investor@cuc.ky at any time about those.
Right. Okay, wonderful. So essentially anyone can buy shares, which is like you become a shareholder, part owner, if you will, in Caribbean Utilities Company. And it's a great investment opportunity.
It is indeed, yes. It's a great opportunity. And not many companies on the island give that kind of opportunity for direct investment like we do. So it's pretty unique, I think, here in Cayman.
Yes. Very good. All right. So let's talk a little bit now. On occasion, there will be things that you do in relation to shareholders and purchasing of shares. And right now there's something being offered, a rights offering. What does that mean?
Okay, so a rights offering is a special invitation to our existing shareholder base, the Class A shareholders that is, and it invites them to buy more shares at a specific price for a specific purpose at for a limited time.
Okay.
So this will finish on October the 31st at 3 p.m. It seems like an odd time of day, but it's because that's the time that the markets close as well in Toronto. So that's why it's 3 p.m.
Okay.
So take advantage of that before that time.
Yes.
If you're already a shareholder, you'll be receiving the information. We can help with that.
Okay, and we're going to look at what that looks like here in just a little bit.
Yes.
So is this then kind of like a little sale that's on in a way?
I guess
it's like a special.
You could think about it a bit
Yeah.
like that. It's not something that people have to take advantage of course.
Yes.
It's an open invitation for people to take advantage of it now.
Okay.
And it is a benefit to those that
Yeah.
already own shares. Yes, so that's a
Okay.
good way to think about it.
Yeah, all right. Sounds fascinating. All right, so let's talk about, you just mentioned that it's for Class A shareholders. Now, if somebody has CUC shares and maybe they don't even know what class they're in, how can they get that information?
It's on their statements, but most of our shareholders are Class A shareholders. So if they're receiving dividends or dividend reinvestments, they're most likely a Class A shareholder.
Okay.
And if they are eligible for this offering, there will be a mailing package in your PO box to your usual registered mailbox, and have a look for that, and that will give you the indication. If you've got any questions at all, if you're eligible, just give us a call and we'll be able to fill you in really quickly.
All right. So you've got a little sample here of the envelope and what they'll be expecting. So let's just share that with our viewers.
Right.
Because, if you're like me, I only go to the mailbox once a year. So when I go, there's tons of stuff in there and I'm like, just chuck it in the garbage. This is rubbish or whatever. So they want to pay attention.
This is one of the ones they want to pay attention to. You're right. So if you're a shareholder, make sure you go to your PO box in the next week or so and have a look. It'll be an envelope about this size, and inside there's a couple of forms in there that are of interest, a letter that tells you about it and how it works, and a direct registration statement which tell you how many rights you have as at the record date. And that is a specific date in time that I was talking about, and that's the 27th of September 2024 this year.
Okay.
The number of shares that you owned on that date is the number of rights that you've been given.
Okay.
All right, so we'll talk a little bit more about how the rights work to buy more shares.
Yeah.
But this is on your direct registration statement, so you need that. In that envelope, of course, as well, is your subscription form, which is yellow, and we'll talk a little bit about how to fill this in. But we're also going to have an information session for our shareholders. So any questions or anything, come along to our information session this Thursday at 5:30 at the Marriott. We're going to be so happy to see our shareholders and people with questions to come there and join us, have a little social time, and hear more about our company goals, how to fill this out, and answer every question you have in person.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're looking forward to that.
You can do that in person as well.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what do rights entitle you to. So we've heard there's different classes, and what does a rights offering entitle you to?
Right. So the
rights.
So the rights. There, every person has, as I said, the same number of rights that they had shares as at that record date, and that's September the 27th, and 10 rights plus the subscription price, which is $13.41 US.
Okay.
Entitles those individuals to buy one new share at that price. So 10 rights plus the subscription price per share equals the number of shares.
Okay.
Now, somebody might say, well, I don't own that many shares in CUC right now. Say I own 300 shares. What does that mean? So if I own 300 shares, I would say, well, 10 rights from that, 10 of 300, that would be 30 shares. 30 times the 1341, that would give me my basic subscription price. Then if I wanted to request more shares on that, there's a form for that as well, and I can fill that in. I'd need to fill up the subscription form completely and bring it to Scotiabank down in Commander Bay on the second floor with a draft made to the CUC in the total amount of the investment that I want to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's basically how you use those rights to buy more shares.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And again, the purpose of the meeting then on Thursday is if people need help filling out the paperwork, you'll help them with that as well?
We will be helping them after that.
Okay.
We'll go through the process during the presentations as well. They'll also hear more about our projects and things that the funding will be used for, and what is the process generally all about, and be able to ask any questions they have at that time. We intend it to be a very interactive process as well. We certainly will be checking people's details, taking questions, making sure people understand that this is a great opportunity, how to take advantage of it, and what are the guidelines around that.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
We want to make it as user-friendly as possible.
Yes, absolutely. Now, how and when and how can you actually exercise your rights?
So you can exercise your rights anytime from now, as long as you've got your package in the mail. You can start the process now. You can go to Scotiabank on the second floor.
Right.
They're already there waiting to receive you.
Okay.
Some of them have already been coming in.
Right.
We've been hearing
Okay.
there's been some good interest in there.
Yes.
So go ahead. There are people there that will give you some help, some lovely people there. We can also help you if you phone us and ask or send an email to the usual accounts. Our website has a lot of guidance on how to get hold of us and all about the rights offering as well. So it's very simple, but mostly we encourage people to turn up on Thursday,
Right.
if they have
If
a
they
lot
have
of
any
questions. Just
Yeah.
it does look complicated, and it doesn't have to be quite so much. So we want that information session to demystify it
Yes.
for everybody.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Is there a subscription agent? And tell us what that is.
Yes, the subscription agent is Scotiabank and Trust
They are.
in Commander
Okay.
Bay. Yes,
Yes.
they are on the second floor. So don't go into the bank
Right.
and line up. Don't waste your time doing that.
Yes.
But if you want to invest ahead of time and want to know what you need to take with you, you need to take your direct registration form. Take
Okay.
that in with you. Take your subscription form with you. If you're tall, have any questions, don't fill it out. Fill it out there. They'll help you with that. And make
Okay.
sure that your draft is made out to CUC when you go with that. That's the money to buy the shares. Make sure it's
Right.
filled out to CUC as well.
Right.
There was a little bit of an error in the letter where it said Scotiabank, but it means made out to the company, go
Right.
to Scotiabank to do the exercise.
Okay.
Yes.
And fill it out. Do you fill out the full name of CUC, or does it matter?
You can,
Yeah.
but I believe even CUC
You can
will,
just
will
put
work,
CUC
yes.
will work. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is a really great question, because I think that I should probably buy shares in CUC. I haven't done it, and I occasionally hear people think, I'm like, that's a good idea. How do I become a shareholder?
So if and I'm assuming that you have a power account that's in your name, electricity account in your name,
Yes.
right? So that makes you a customer, named
Okay.
customer.
Okay, good.
And you could take part in our customer share purchase plan. And that's a really, really easy plan.
Yes.
Anyone who's a customer can do the usual KYC type of identification. Identify yourself as a customer first. Open an account. We have an online process. You don't even need to come in to see us or go into your bank anymore. You can do a direct transfer to us. All the instructions are on our website. It's very, very easy.
Yes.
And you can become a shareholder for as little as $25 CI.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a way that anybody, really, as you
Yes.
said, can invest in a local company,
Yeah.
invest in the improvement of the country, into the infrastructure and so on.
Yeah.
You can be a part of that. Part owner.
That's fantastic. Now, that of course means that you've got to be over 18 to have a
Yes.
CUC account.
Yes.
So I can't go purchase shares in my daughter's name, for example.
Well,
That
you
wouldn't work.
could.
Oh, tell me more.
You could. Parents do that from time to time. Buy
Okay.
shares in trust for or as custodian for their children.
Okay.
So if anybody has questions like that, we encourage them to come in and see us so that they know exactly how to process that, and how to go about obtaining those shares. Usually a child is not listed on someone's power bill though.
Right.
So the customer is usually in the parent's name. They can buy them through the customer share purchase plan and then transfer it into a trust type environment for their children.
Okay. Wow, this is such good and fantastic information. Well, thank you so much. I mean, again, this opportunity has just become available to CUC shareholders. So if you are a shareholder and you want more details, please contact CUC. You can check the website, and there is this informational meeting, which is going to be happening at the Marriott
At the Marriott
on Thursday at 5:30.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
refreshments,
right.
I'm sure,
Yes.
will be served.
Yes,
and
we're
come
looking
up.
forward to seeing our shareholders there.
Yeah,
Yes.
fantastic. All right, folks. So contact CUC. Is there an email address if they're a shareholder that they can email with any sort of email questions as well?
So general questions on being a shareholder.
Yes.
To investor, that's singular, investor@cuc.ky. And in regards to the rights offering specifically, you can go to the subscription agent, which would be CUC subscription agent at scotiawealth.com.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. CEC offering something to their shareholders. So please, contact them for more information. There is an information session this evening at the Marriott Hotel at 5:30. So if you're able to go out to that, by all means, please do so. Right. Okay. Very good. So let me just, yes. Okay, just checking on something in relation to the website. All right, so next up, we've got Meals on Wheels. The first bit of the show today is all wonderful information from organizations here in the community. Thank you, Zoe. Zoe said, thank you, Claire. Very, very good information there. So let's go ahead and bring in Ms. Jennifer from the Meals on Wheels organization. And we're going to talk about some things that they have going on for the month of October as well. Good morning, Miss Jennifer. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. So Meals on Wheels keeps very, very busy. People sometimes have no idea the amazing job that you guys are doing, feeding your seniors every single day. And of course, in order to do what you do, you need the support of the community and organizations because you are a nonprofit organization. And what that means, folks, is there are ample opportunities throughout the year for you to participate in some of their fundraising drives. And today we're going to be talking about the annual Seniors Rock Dress Down Day. Now try to say that fast 3 times. That's a mouthful. So Jennifer, tell us a little bit about what this event is.
So Seniors Rock Dress Down Day is just a great day to raise funds for our services at Meals on Wheels, bring awareness to the fact that we do have the issue of senior hunger right here in the Cayman Islands. And companies, individuals, schools can get involved by purchasing one of the official Seniors Rock polo shirts, or companies can register to host their own dress down day and rock their own orange colors and outfits and make those funds available to Meals on Wheels. And all of those monies raised will go towards providing meals for our seniors.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wonderful. So the event is coming up on Friday, the 25th of October, which is next week, Friday.
Yes.
So people still have ample time to participate. So how do we go about supporting this event?
So we've made it really easy. You can go onto our website, mealsonwheels.ky, click on events, and you can download the order form, and it's a fillable PDF, and then you email that into our office. If you want to just register to have a dress down day in your office, you can send us an email to info@mealsonwheels.ky. And of course, we love knowing when companies are doing dress down. So once we have orders or your registration, one of our volunteers or staff or board members will come around next week, Friday, and take pictures with you to post on our socials, say thank you, and let our seniors know as well that Rockin' Orange is for them because they know this.
Fantastic. So this is what the shirts look like. Very, very cute. Seniors Rock. I love that logo with the little heart emoji, the senior, the apple, and then the little rocking chair.
Yeah, we have tried really hard this year to make the shirt really stand out and have our rocking senior on there. And we thank Butterfield for sponsoring this event once again this year. But the logo really did outdo itself this year.
Yeah, I love it. All right, folks. So again, organizations can participate. We do have some pictures here of some amazing organizations that have come forward and demonstrated their support of the Meals on Wheels Seniors Rock in previous years. So how many participants have you had in the past?
We have anywhere from 300 to 500 people that are dressed down on that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to hit 1,000 this year, just because when we see orange, we know exactly what it's for. Now, a lot of companies started just having orange shirts because they realize how awesome orange is and it stands out. But Meals on Wheels is known for rocking orange. And so we look forward to, going to Cost You Less and going to Butterfield Bank and seeing all their staff members dressed in orange, knowing that they are supporting Meals on Wheels on Friday, October 25th.
So we have here some civil servants, We've got Health City Cayman Islands supporting it, of course. Here we've got some of the staff at Cost You Less supporting it in previous years. And let's talk about the amazing work that Meals on Wheels does, just in case people don't know what it is that you do.
So every single day, out of 4 kitchens across the island, we serve Grand Cayman, all 5 districts, but we operate out of 4 kitchens every single day. We are providing up to 350 meals for people who are, first of all, they're seniors, they're homebound, they are in need for whatever reason, whether it's financially unable to provide meals for themselves or physically unable to prepare meals for themselves. Sometimes it's because, they're home alone. So we also, that visit from the volunteer is a wellness check just to make sure that they have a visitor in the middle of the day, give them a break from loneliness and isolation. Believe it or not, as much as we talk about mental health, we think about our youth, but our seniors, unfortunately, they mumble the word so many times of how lonely they are, that they're depressed. And so we know that our service is so much more than just delivering a hot meal to our seniors. They are looking forward to having someone to talk to. Not everyone has access to, social media or the internet to keep up with friends and family. Some of our seniors don't even have phones to be able to reach out and speak to friends. So getting in touch with them every day by someone knocking on their door, our service is so essential, because we know that we're a lifeline. We are often the connection between a senior and their family member or even their doctor, because we are seeing them every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right there, Jennifer. And of course, that getting them a well-balanced meal that's tasty is also really, really important. I saw someone recently questioning on social media, not Meals and Wheels Cayman, but another one. They're like, oh, I wonder what Meals and Wheels Cayman does. And I was happy to respond and send them this picture so that they could see the phenomenal meals. And, you said you had multiple kitchens around the island that cook and prepare these meals and provide a fruit and a snack and something for people to have. I think that this is amazing. It obviously looks incredibly tasty and flavorful. And I actually know someone who participates every Saturday. She's like, Sandy, I'm busy. I'm volunteering with our church group, delivering some soup and, meals to the seniors. And as you rightfully said, it is a wonderful opportunity for people to get to talk to some of our seniors, because this individual always tells me, oh, Mr. So-and-so looks forward to seeing me. And, they get to know a little bit about the seniors as well. And that interaction, I think, is a benefit from both directions, quite frankly.
Absolutely. When volunteers go out to deliver, and we have volunteers that have been volunteering for 25 years. We think about Derek Haynes, the staff at CUC, which you just mentioned. They have all been delivering from 1999. And so, you get used to seeing the same people on your routes. The seniors look forward to seeing them. Derek always brags that, his seniors are waiting to see pictures from his family for that week, because it is that relationship connection. And, a lot of that is lost, unfortunately. Cayman has a revolving door. But when you can connect with our seniors and really hear about who we are and know who they are, and, Cayman, the land that time had forgotten, but now we have flipped that and we're way ahead of everything else. It seems we're so fast. But our seniors help us to bring it back to, the reality of taking care of one another, looking out for each other, and just taking that moment to spend time with someone, because we're always so busy. So we really appreciate our volunteers. Without them, we couldn't do what we do. We have 130 volunteers every single week that go out and make sure that those meals are delivered.
Fantastic. So, folks, please support the Seniors Rock Dress Down Day event. It returns this year, and we see all the details here. Friday, October the 25th, proudly sponsored by Butterfield. Big shout out to Butterfield for getting on board with this. Tell people how they can get their shirts and sponsor this amazing fundraising event.
Absolutely. We would love for everybody listening and share the message about Seniors Rock Dress Down Day. Visit our website, www.mealsonwheels.ky, or send us an email to info@mealsonwheels.ky to get your orders.
All right. Fantastic. All right, folks, let me just see if there's anything else that we missed. Volunteers, are you looking for any volunteers now? Is it harder around certain times like Christmas? Because I know people are traveling, they're going away. Is that a good time for people who will be on island to step up to the plate? Tell us what you need the most, Jennifer.
We have a great problem. We have amazing volunteers who love their seniors so much that they don't easily give up their roots. So we actually have a waiting list for delivery volunteers. However, you are correct. When it's Christmas time, Easter time, breaks like this week where kids are out of school, we do have volunteers that travel. So we have standby volunteers, and we need people who are available and flexible to step in, fill the gap for maybe a week or two when somebody's either off sick or away on vacation. We also need volunteers that help us with events like this, fundraising events, people who can go out and take photos, people who can share the message at their workplace within their own social circles, people who put on events and can choose Meals on Wheels as the beneficiary. It takes $2,500 a day to feed our seniors. And so, every month we are having to raise funds. These meals are provided free of cost to our seniors. When we send out grocery bags and hurricane kits and send out, little treat bags for the weekend, we are not charging our seniors anything because they have already done their part. We are doing our part to make sure that they feel remembered, loved, and cared for. So anything people can do to advocate for our seniors, volunteer for our events, or to stand in the gap to volunteer to deliver meals, to come and help pack grocery bags. There's so much that's always going on a daily basis. So again, you can register on our website. Just click on the volunteer tab and it takes you to the application form and shows you all the ways that you can possibly volunteer.
Fantastic. Jennifer, thank you so much. And thank you to all of your volunteers. Ms. Jennifer West, who's the Meals on Wheels General Manager, again, helping to serve our seniors every single day. And big shout out to all the volunteers who make it possible. And of course, your corporate sponsors as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So folks, get your shirts, support this event. Seniors Rock Dress Down Day. That's going to be next week, Friday, October the 25th. So you've got ample time to get your tickets. We'll post a couple times on social media just as a little reminder so that, HR managers, I know you guys love listening to the show. Please get your teams together and put in your shirt orders. So Duke Ebanks in the house. Good morning. Miss Sue says, well done to Meals on Wheels, doing a great job. Siobhan says, shout out to Meals on Wheels. Miss Beulah Walton in the house says that she's watching. I know a lot of you are watching. Mark says, Sandy, 10 years ago, I presented a plan to the government to implement this plan. Which plan? You got plans of a plan? Which plan? All right, no worries. You might want to clarify which plan, though, because I'm not so sure I know which plan. Okay, good. All right, we're doing good today. Hello, honey chow. Miss Lucille, good morning. Says, good morning, Sandy and those girls. I'm so proud of you all. Love always. Thank you, Miss Lucille, joining us from across the pond. All right, so listen here now. Come forward, class. Come forward. This person says, big up to Meals on Wheels. Pleasant good morning, Sandy. Big up to Meals on Wheels. It's really a shame that we become a people how they've been neglecting their families. I see Jamaica says they're going to charge people for neglecting their families, something like that. I saw on the news a few days ago. We should do the same because this is sad and shameful. So yeah, listen, sometimes it's as simple as that. Our seniors are being neglected. Other times it's a little bit more complicated. Some seniors don't even really have any family members, that they can count on for sure. So I think it's amazing that Meals on Wheels is here and is able to provide the support in the community for those who need it. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Ay. K-Mankind says kaboom. All right, honey child. Good morning, Miss Sherry Ann. How are you? All right, so we have some tickets that we're going to give away today as well. The Cayman Islands folk singers are having a concert event. Hold on one second now. Let me find the flyer here. So they have an event that is happening here shortly. Let me just find this email, Honey Chill. So if you want to go to that, we do have some tickets that we're going to be giving away during the show as well. They're having a concert on Saturday. That's this Saturday, the 19th of October at the Hartwell Theater. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, honey child. How are you today?
I'm not bad. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored beyond all measures.
Oh, so beautiful.
I'm very pleased to tune in this morning and hear Ms. West talking about Meals on Wheels and
Yes.
for seniors. And as you know, I play a huge role in with seniors and caring about our seniors. And I really would like to see laws in force for people to maintain their seniors, their parents, and provide for them. And with that said, we recognize, humankind has recognized the importance and the need of getting our seniors out. We do on Mondays and Thursdays. We shortly have to get dressed and get out going. A chill club where we invite them to come out, to play games, to do arts and craft. And let me tell you, they can't wait for Mondays and Thursdays to come out. Those who we have tending, they come. You need to come by sometime, by the way. We're there from 10 to 1. And we have a lot of knowledge under their belts. So that would be something awesome for you to come and to chit chat with them. But we do games like dominoes, bingos, ludo, and trust me, they look forward to it. We take them out on outings. On Tuesday, we took them to Stingray City. They had a blast out to Stingray City. Shout out to Captain Marvin's who sponsored it. And we're looking for people to sponsor events for our seniors because they really enjoy it. Instead of staying home locked away in within four walls, and if they even living with family members, some of the time you find that family members are not active with them or paying any attention to them. We would love to pay their attention. We would love for them to come out and be active. Our greatest joy is to see the smiles on their faces when they come out and communicating with others their age, for people they haven't seen in a while. So we are at TE Markfield Center Mondays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Someone demands you to pick them up from 9 o'clock.
Oh boy.
Because they're so eager to get out there to and to mingle with their age and to see that they have people who is willing to take care of them and pay them attention. So we encourage to people to assist our seniors, because at the end of the day, they're the one who made Cayman what it is today. So I think it's time to give back to them. We will soon be going about seeking how we can get a bus for them. We are in deeply need of transportation for them. So to take them to events, for example, this is October is Seniors Month.
Yes. The older
And a lot of
yes.
the older person month, and at the end of the day, DCFS put on a lot of programs for them, along with myself, which I'm not hurting for transportation to an extent, but I mean, not that I'm not hurting.
You're
but
a taxi driver after all.
yes, I
You
am.
got your own transportation.
Yes, I am. But there's events that, for example, there are events that has been put on, and seniors have been canceling because of lack of transportation. I am aware that East End has a community bus Northside has a community bus, and we're fighting with Georgetown to get, which has a mass majority of seniors. We don't have one. We have to pay for a bus whenever we have an event to transport people, the
Miss
seniors, back
Amelia,
and forth.
wouldn't it
Yes,
have been
ma'am.
nice that instead of these MPs spending $75,000 on a Tahoe that they're driving up and down themselves in, wouldn't it have been nice if they had put that money towards some senior vehicles?
Sandy, that's the same thing I was saying no longer than yesterday. Look at how many SUVs they went and purchased, knowing that we are in need of a bus. And I must give due where due is. Minister Kenneth Bryan put it. He offered us $15,000 towards the bus, towards a bus. So he agreed to give us $15,000 towards a bus for our seniors, but nobody else have come on board. Nobody else. And when you go to Vant Motors for a bus, you're looking at $55,000, and that's just for a 15-seater. I say 15, 16-seater. But at the end of the day, anything is better than nothing.
Let me ask
because
you a question, Mr. Amelia. Just sitting here thinking out of the box as I'm enjoying my wonderful pancake breakfast. I was thinking, right? Sometimes we have to use existing resources. I mean, I guess the budget tight everywhere you look, right? Except for that opulence, that brat opulence school of whatever, that foolishness. But everybody else is trying to live in a budget except government. Have you ever thought about maybe partnering with some of the tour bus companies? Like maybe some of them would be minded to give of their time, give bus if you can get together a little bit of gas money, and assist you with picking up your seniors, because it's probably outside of hours where they would be busy during the day, say with tourists and stuff like that. Aren't they just parked off in some parking lot anyway?
Well, that's the point, you child. We have one or two that would be willing to assist us once we booked ahead of time. But you got to remember how Cayman is so hard right now, and everybody's grasping for every dollar that they can get.
But listen, they're not making a dollar if the bus just sitting there anyway.
If ship is in and we have an event on that
your
said
events
day.
are probably more like in the evening, late afternoon. So
no, we do mornings too. We do mornings too. Yeah, early morning, like Tuesday morning. That was a morning one. We had to pay transport from Georgetown to the docks, to Captain Marvin Dock, back and forth. We have to pay like that, and that was a ship day. So that's what majority of the problem is with that thought, is that our events are randomly planned, and most of when ships are in, or they would be very busy. But I know there are one or two that is willing to assist us in that way. But the bottom line is, Sandy's, like you say, they're spending money on all kind of things, and at the end of the day, they can't supply us with a bus for our seniors.
Yes.
That is not nice. That is not nice. Our senior, we need transportation. We are in dire need for transportation for our seniors to go to the events that we supply them with. I mean, we're good enough. We're good enough to attend to our seniors. We're good enough to host events for our seniors. And I mean, what we need to be equipped with, they can't equip us. But yet they can buy up these whole fleet of cars and crashing them, and bear in mind, this is the first I've ever seen something like this happening in our country. Because in our past, politicians or MPs, and they drove their own vehicles. Why is it so special, or the dire need that we need? They needed to get these SUVs to drive around in. What's up with that? And when there's so many more ways that funding can go to really benefit the society and help people.
Yep, I agree.
Anyway,
thank you, my dear.
Thank you too. Okay, darling.
Celine says Webster always steps up and he does things like this. Thank you so much for sharing that bit of information. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandy.
Morning, dear. How are you?
It's kind of surprising hearing that Georgetown don't have a bus.
Mm.
I think
Wow.
that with the bulk of our business is in Georgetown, and I really think that right now, if every company pledge $5,000, they can easily get a bus. And I think this is something that the companies that are listening, it is really something that will benefit in them. It will show that they are giving back to the community that they are in.
Yes. Big shout
Just
out.
an idea.
Foster's did it in relation to the, I think it was the Sunrise Center. They came on board as a sponsor for that so that they could get an upgraded transportation bus as well.
Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Just a thought. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, listen, different people in the community are trying to help. Government certainly can't carry all the load, but they should help. And this is why it's important for government not to waste the people's money, because there are important social programs. Meals on Wheels is a nonprofit organization that focuses on making sure that seniors are getting fed in our community. They're one NPO, and they're not getting a government grant. They actually commented, because somebody said in the comment section, it'd be nice instead of building this Brack School of Opulence, that these are the types of things that a government would focus on. And they're thankful. They said, we would be thrilled to be better funded by government grant, but our community is very generous, and we continue to do our part until budgets would shift. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Sunday.
Morning, dear. How are you?
Not so bad. Enjoying the rain.
Yes. Nice. Just be safe on the roadway.
Yeah, I will. And you as well, and everyone else.
Thank you, sir.
Really quickly, I heard Miss Romelia. She's a very patriotic person. She inspires me. And also the last gentleman there. An idea came to mind, especially when he said, if our corporate citizens would share a little bit of funds collectively, we could get those buses for Georgetown and West, because these are two very large districts that are in need of a bus. But in consideration of the buses, we should also see that they're disability compliant, because you got a lot of seniors who are in wheelchairs, but not necessarily they want to stay home. So make it easy for them to travel to wherever, to the clinics or wherever, a function or whatever, because I think we should be paying homage to them. No, I mean, they set the foundation that we're thriving on today, or used to thrive. So I think we should go that route. Mr. Romero set up a GoFundMe account or something, and how a public-private partnership that you get exactly what you need.
Here's the thing, right? I mean, there's a lot of, obviously she's running a community group, but who would own the buses? Who would be responsible for them in terms of admin? This is where it makes sense now for the government to have a fleet of vehicles that are available, and someone could come up to them and say, okay, I mean, I don't know what department this would necessarily fall under, but they could say, we've got a senior event that's coming up and we need use of the bus. Presumably they would have drivers that are licensed to drive those size vehicles and so on, and know how to properly operate them. I think there needs to be better organization around it. And then other NPOs who might need use of the vehicle could also utilize it as well. It's almost like a little hub, a fleet of, maybe 4 or 5 of these vehicles that could be used by NPOs.
No, most definitely. I think that would be good. That would probably fall more like the fall under DCFS, Department of Farmer Services. And so it could be linked to our community centers or community centers. So that could be the logistics. So I would have to kind of take a deeper look to see what I think would be the best route. But I know it's not impossible, and for a place that boasts so much wealth, for us not to help us, I don't know what the world is really thinking of us. To be honest, really quickly, Sunday, I want to ask you a favor again. I would like for you to look into what's happening with the land that Mrs. Arthur Smith left the Humane Society, because some people been telling me on the quiet more than one person now. I see like 5 or 6 over the last year, I guess, that it is quietly up for sale. And I knew Miss Artist when I spoke to her a number of times, and the property was left, and I think it was, don't quote me the exact figure, but it was in the neighborhood of $7.2 million. Cash was also left to build the animal facility for dogs and cats and any animal who needed any assistance. She left that in a trust for the humane side. So I'm wondering now, you know, she's been gone a couple of years now, and nothing has been done to the property. You got a lot of money that they can build a facility. $7.2 million, if that's the only amount, that can build a lot of money. It was like near in the neighborhood of 30 acres there. So I don't know. It doesn't have to be built to the goal, as long as it's built strong and compatible for the animals.
Of course.
I don't know why it isn't done yet. I can't say, but for it to be sold, oh man, Miss Art, she'll be crawling in her grave. I mean, if that's I knew her. She loved all animals, but I think a cat was her favorite. I think that's her favorite, you know. So I would like, you know, a little investigation into that, because when good people make very, very amazing and great gestures like that, and for that not to be used for the purpose it was left for, I think that is bad. That is awful.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll try to find out some more about that. I mean, we also don't know what the trust documents actually state. You know, it's so interesting that you brought this up, because a number of weeks ago, I was listening to something on NPR, which, as you guys know, I love National Public Radio. It's such an educational platform. But they were talking about how a lot of people in the US in particular leave their estate in trust for animal care and, you know, other NPO organizations. And sometimes it doesn't quite work out as well as they would think, because it can boil down to the instructions and the trust deed or the trust documents not being quite as clear as they should be. And, you know, people, if there's any wiggle room for, you know, a dispute, people will find it. And then they tie up the trust in litigation. And it's just like a whole situation that is so incredibly shocking that happens. And they end up wasting the money that's in the trust. And it's never used for the purpose that it was intended to be used for. And so I wonder if maybe this isn't a bit of what's happening. I don't know, of course, and I'll start to ask some questions, but I have to wonder if this is a little bit of what's happening with the whole Humane Society situation. And then sometimes what you find as well, caller, is that a trustee, is it a trustee? What's the deceased person called? I think that's a trustee. But anyway, the beneficiaries of the trust may have specific instructions to like do something that for whatever reason they can't then carry out. So for example, if they have land and they were said, you can have this land to build this facility on it, what happens if they're not able to build the facility? What happens to the land? So
what I think in this situation, I think they got enough money to build a facility. Right, I've seen some elaborate facilities built in Ocala, Florida alone, and they didn't cost more than $3 million.
Yeah,
right? And that's
I mean, but you know, Cayman. I mean, if it costs $3 million in the States, of course we got.
And I know people with money too. They find very manipulative ways of sneaking your pennies, which adds up to dollars, which adds up to a dream bank account. You know, and all in litigation and all sort of foolishness. You know, different way of manipulating your cash out here. But I knew Miss Artist pretty good, pretty good, and I knew what she did and the reason she did it, because she had at least 2 talks about it. Bless her soul, and it was the right gesture she had. But you know, I can't tell you the specifics of what's happening in the trust, but I think it should be thoroughly investigated, because I heard it from a few people over the last year or so. About at least 5 or 6 people kind of indicated the same thing. With a deep concern there.
I think also maybe the Humane Society board might want to make a statement about this because, even just a couple weeks
Well,
ago, people were asking about their funding generally. Now, I know that they do an amazing job and, people might look at what they do and think it's easy. They even had to close off the shelter because they couldn't accept any more pets. I saw them advertising about the spay and neuter program. So I think that they could go, I don't know who's in charge of their public relations over there, but I do think they could go a long way to engaging with the public and, telling us a bit more about what's happening.
Here's what I've found out about the Humane Society board. This was a little while back that the board, the members had been changed, but some of the original members who were there that weren't off the board, they were for the Miss Audit's plan, and some of the other members were mixed. They had another offer that was supposedly given to them to take the land and build a facility elsewhere and blah blah blah. And the old original members said no, that's not what Miss Audit wanted. She wanted to be built here. That's why she left the $7.2 million to go ahead and build a facility, and I think it was just near 30 acres of land. So that they had a little rift there from what I could understand. They had a little rift there. But I think it needs to be thoroughly investigated because I know I can say this unequivocally. The lady didn't leave it to be sold, transferred, exchanged, or manipulated. She left it to be built, to build a facility for the animals that she dearly loved, and she left cash with it too. Because remember, she didn't have any children or anything, so the cat was her favorite animal. So I think if her owner alone, this thing should be built for what she intended to be built for. Or if it can't be built, then the Humane Society needs to come clean and say, look,
and say, just say what it is,
because a lot of well-to-do people sponsor them too, and give mega money to them as well. So we need to know what's happening with these funds. Maybe a forensic audit need to be in place. I don't know.
I mean, it calls, like I said, there have been other people, and of course, just because people are asking questions doesn't mean that there's anything untowards going on. But I think what it does mean is, generally speaking, the community doesn't seem to quite understand what's going on with the Humane Society and why they remain in such dire financial straits, if you wish, if you will. But, even their current location, which we know is not suitable for what they do. Every time it rains, they're flooded out and they're begging people to come and get the pets. And I mean, listen, anyone who's on the Humane Society board today and you're listening to this program, I brought this up about a month and a half ago. I'm going to really implore you guys to figure out a way to reach out to us. We're the easiest people in the world to reach. You can reach me on my personal number, 324-1612. The show number, 936-BOBO-2626. Any way you want to reach out to us so that we can try to educate the general public about what's going on. What are your future plans? What are the hiccups? What's the problem? I know that, something has got to be going on that you can give us some sort of an explanation to help people understand. But thank you so much. Really appreciate the phone call.
Yeah, you most welcome. And they have no excuse now. I mean, inquiring minds need to know.
Exactly.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
All right. Miss Stephanie says Mr. Rivers is correct in what he's saying. The property was not to be sold, mortgaged, or rented. Let me see here. Right. And thank you so much for that. Damien says the Humane Society should know what's going on. And I mean, I'm sure they must know. Now, perhaps it is a matter of informing the public who really wants to know what's going on as well. Stephanie says one of the persons who inserted himself to Miss Ardith property and money should be able to answer all of these questions. Oh, sounds like you know who that person is. I don't know, but they need to come forward. The land and money might go to a descendant. The land and money might go to that if the project is not done. I mean, again, you'd have to look at the trust. I'm assuming it's in trust, or if it was in her will. You need to look very, very closely at what it says. So, what a mess. Yeah, they obviously need some help on the PR side. So I was just saying to someone who does a lot of PR work with NPOs that perhaps they need to reach out to them and provide some assistance. This other person says, "Good morning, Sandy. Lots of persons in the area appears to Humane Society building this home in the neighborhood." That first bit's a little bit confusing. I didn't respond as I didn't see it as a hot deal, and maybe that's why they might want to sell. Miss Ardith must be turning in her grave. Rewrite this for me because I don't know what this says. I'm supposed to, I think, get something else from it, but it's a little bit jumbled up. The property is right up there on Reginald Parsons Drive, West Bay, not too far from me. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's see. This other person says, "I think Miss Ardith Smith left the land for the Humane Society, but the money she had was left for her niece, I was told," says another person. So again, sometimes this is the issue. If you do something like leave land, but the organization can't afford to build on it, and then it's landlocked because they can't sell it or do anything else with it, that's a whole other situation. It's difficult. It can be very, very difficult. I'll see what I can find out. Thank you to the caller. Do some digging. All right, let's talk about turtle stew. Honey child. Good morning, Shamar. Shamar says they better look into it and don't make Mall Road look into it. Lord Jesus. Where's Mr. Jason, says Gabby. Is he still there? I don't listen. The Humane Society, and like I said, I know they work hard and I don't want to put any cloud of suspicion over them at all. But I must say, quite frankly, that they don't really do the best at communicating with people. They do a great job on their social media pages of saying, hey, this pet needs help and this and that and whatever, adoption, yada, yada, yada. But I don't get the sense from a lot of the questions that we have, and even just doing some monitoring of what people are saying to us, that they do a particularly good job of, talking about their organization and what their needs are and stuff. So I don't know. I'm just looking at their page. They have a raffle draw coming up November 15th. So they do fundraising events and stuff. They're now pushing their community spay and neuter program and talking about, the fees that are associated with that. Again, they should, Humane Society, reach out. We're here to help any and all MPOs. And you guys know that animals, dogs in particular, but all animals, very, very near and dear to my heart. And I think that we are a horrible community because we don't do enough to care for our animals. And part of caring for your animals, folks, is making sure that you actually spay and neuter them as well, so they can have a longer, healthier life, and you don't have unwanted pets roaming all over the place that then are neglected and treated poorly. So, yes. And apparently yesterday was Global Cat Day. Who knew? If you're a cat lover, there you go. So let's talk about turtle meat. Listen, this is the national dish of the Cayman Islands. And whether you eat turtle, like turtle, we have to acknowledge that it has played a significant role. The meat from turtling to, back in the day, our seamen went to surrounding islands, including Corn Island, Nicaragua, and the Bay Islands, and they were involved in the turtling industry. So the turtle has some historical significance to people of the Cayman Islands. And of course, as Caymanians, most of us love, with a capital L-O-V, we love a good turtle stew, honey child. Let me see if I can pull up a picture, make y'all drool this morning. But there's something going on at the turtle farm that has people up in arms. And they called me yesterday, and I wasn't able to get out there because I was running to and fro, doing a few other interviews. Look at that plate of turtle meat. There's not this. I don't know who made this plate, but honey child, they don't give you turtle like this again. That looked like a good bit of turtle. They be trying to skimp you on the turtle, give you two little pieces, and you're like, where's the beef? Where's the meat? Anyway, yes, folks, that's some good looking turtle. And I love when they put it right over the rice, honey child. Mix that right up. Don't put it on the side, mix it right over the rice, because that's how it tastes the best. So listen, I don't know what's going on at the turtle farm. I'm being told, and I'm going to show you guys here a photo so you can see this for yourself. I'm being told that evidently there is a bit of an issue with there's a bit of an issue with the distribution and sale of the turtle meat. So let me just show you guys this. Hold on one second. So my sources had somebody who was there, and they were all upset and all in their feelings. They called yesterday, and they said, Miss Sandy, you need to come down to Turtle Farm. And I said, oh, Jesus, what's going on? And they said, these people don't want to give us our turtle meat. And I said, oh, no, that can't be. Now, y'all must be crazy. That can't be the case. And they said, yes. And then, as a matter of fact, you know what they do in Sandy? They telling us that the restaurants must get it. And that they're delivering for the restaurants because apparently, hear this mess now, apparently it's the restaurants who are, helping the turtle center survive with the sale of the turtle meat. I'm thinking, say what? So they're giving preferential treatment to the restaurants, and they're delivering, making deliveries. This is a picture here of this gentleman. These boxes are the restaurant allotment. So the restaurants are getting an allotment of turtle meat. And then there's none for anybody else. So I'm a little bit confused. What's the problem? What's going on? Why is this happening? Are we having a shortage of turtle meat that nobody's telling us about? Is there, I don't understand. People said that we lined up there every single day. And all of a sudden, they can't get any turtle meat, and they're being told every day, to come back tomorrow. And people called me yesterday and said, listen, Miss Sandy, I'm sick and tired of coming back tomorrow, because when I come back again tomorrow, it's the same story over again. Nothing that you can purchase. So it looks like what happens is the restaurants get preference. And I don't know if there's a certain amount that they get. I think there is. And they can purchase that and no more. And then everybody else, I guess, is a walk-in customer if there's anything left. Good morning, caller.
Morning. I just want to provide a little bit of sort of clarity on the turtle meat issue.
Sure.
Only because I know, right? My complete understanding of what's actually happening is that basically restaurants are engaging in advance. It allows the turtle farm to be able to obviously kind of gauge how many turtles to slaughter in order for that to happen. I could be wrong, but I don't think that the average household is going to purchase turtle meat every week. It may be something that is, once a month. So they have their status set of what I like to refer to as wholesale clients.
Yes.
And they want to try to mitigate spoilage. Nobody wants frozen turtle meat. And I guess so as to not, over butcher. That's the problem. And people can actually call, individuals can actually call and engage turtle meat. They actually can, which is what the restaurants are doing. I'm not saying that this is right. I'm just trying to give a little, a little clarification or clarity around why it appears as though only some can get and some can't. I don't think that that's the case, but in fairness to them, they're only a limited amount of turtles to butcher, right? So they're just trying to do their best, I guess, to accommodate what they can.
This is a new situation because of what reason? Why is this all of a sudden?
I don't think it's new. I don't think it's new. I think as the population grows, and I don't want to be discriminatory to anybody, as the population grows, we are no longer the only people purchasing and eating turtle meat, right? So it looks like there's a shortage, right? But the population has actually increased. And I can tell you firsthand, Caymanians are not the only people purchasing turtle meat, whereas before, I will go out on a limb and say I think we made up probably close to 80% of the people purchasing.
Well, probably 99%. But so you're saying that other nationalities are now competing for turtle meat, is what you believe, and so the
so I don't think that there's an under or oversupply of it. I just think that there's more people trying to get access. Yeah. And like I said,
I guess that's why we gonna need that that national ID to say, okay, Caymanians come first with the turtle meat too.
Oh goodness! Well, I don't know.
I don't know either, girl.
You know how I feel about my Caymanians and our food. And if there was a possibility, maybe that's what we should start to look into. But I think that that's the reality. I don't think that there's a shortage of turtle meat.
Yes.
But as a seafood vendor myself, I do understand that, you'll have a one-off customer who shows up maybe 3 times a year to buy turtle meat.
But these people are being told every day. Okay, but let me ask you a question now, a logistical question, right? If we go today, and I understand the next day that they're going to be open, because apparently certain days is when they're open for the general public to go, right?
Correct.
So Monday is when they're open again for the general public to go in and get some turtle meat. If you knew that yesterday, and this is why they were calling me, there was a huge waiting line for these people to get turtle meat. Wouldn't you at least anticipate, because you're the one who's telling them to come back the next day, wouldn't you anticipate that the next day when they're coming, you're going to have these 15 or 20 people who came the day before to get turtle meat and never got any?
Maybe, but there's no guarantee that those people are going to come back, right? And again, I myself operating in a similar space.
So
it's very difficult.
Do they freeze the turtle meat, or they're trying not to freeze it? So
they do not. As far as I know, they do not for a period. So if anybody's familiar with butchering, the meat has to be cold in order to get it kind of clean cut, if you will, right? So it's usually cold when people get it, but I don't believe, from what I understand, it's from being frozen. It's from being in that room that you butcher to stave off bacteria and such. They put just much like an operating room down to a very low temperature, and then it's stored I would say almost like a walk-in area, like a walk-in freezer. But again, as a person who is operating in a similar space, let me just use one of the grocery stores, for example. It's very difficult if Sandra rolls up to me and requested, hey, by the way, I know that you sell fish. Can you sell me 300 pounds? That 300 pounds may be cutting into an existing wholesale client who buys either most or all of my product when Sandra can only ever purchase from me on a one-off, right? So it's very easy for me to gauge for and to cater to the restaurants. And actually, there's an understanding that those people are going to take the meat. There's somebody that you can hold for that. Nobody wants to eat frozen turtle meat. I'm telling you, nobody.
Yeah. You want it fresh.
Wants to eat turtle meat. So I just want to try to kind of cushion the blow. Yeah. Maybe we could have a little conversation with the turtle farm, but again, nobody wants frozen turtle meat. That'll be the next thing that they'll be complaining about. Well, it was frozen, and it was frozen when I cooked it, and There's different things that happen. So that is truly what I understand to be the case. Hope that helps.
Thank you, caller. All right.
You're welcome.
What a hot mess. Talk about a turtling mess, I tell you. Good morning, caller.
Hey, morning, Sandy.
Morning.
I knew that the subject was going to come up. I was just waiting for it. And I'm going to make a lot of clarity right now.
Okay. All right.
As a very, very, very small Caymanian local restaurant, well, what we had about to close. Anyways, what she's saying there, that's not fact.
Wait a minute. Wait. You snuck in something there that I'm not sure I heard. You guys are going to be closing?
Yeah, they're closed right now because we're having some issues, some technical issues with
my gosh.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm not even talking about that right now, but I'm going back to the beginning. We used to get the, like 20 pounds, which is literally nothing in turtle meat. By the time I cook up, it's nothing. So that went down to I think it was 10 pounds. And in reference to just a restaurant, that's a lie. No, I could tell you it's a lie. I've been there in person myself many, many times. I drove up there in my lunch hour, and I've seen, yes, the Caymanians line up. And it's not foreigners there. All Caymanians were there. And and only how I got is because I called ahead of time and ordered my 10 pounds. I couldn't even say, can I get an extra 5? They didn't know. And all of their Caymanians, what I have seen with my own eyes is they have the boxes there, yes, but they're not only for restaurants, they're for their friends. They got their special friends, their special this, special that, yes. Because I have stood there and watched one gentleman pass me, and I don't know him to have no restaurant, and they're the older Caymanians. So just saying this to say, the older gentleman there, he have his people that he's making sure that they get. I have ordered, or my daughter have ordered before, send the driver from Georgetown all the way to West. They get there, we had to sell it. And all this kind of stupidness there. If you look on the menu, I don't know how much weeks going back to back now. No turtle could hardly get anything. Yes, we have gotten frozen turtle many times. So none of all fresh. So they put down, but they be putting it down. Who they putting it down for?
I see.
So one day I had to tell them, I am not going back to town. I on my lunch. I refuse to go back to town without it. So find turtle meat. And we could go check in the back, and they went, I don't know where the hell they went. Somewhere they went and came back up with turtle meat. So they have turtle meat, but again, be holding it for people.
Oh,
so,
I see.
And not only the restaurant, I have been there again, also, and like I say, I've been there many times. I not seen no foreigners, all my Caymanians, I see they, and all you can hear, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow.
Jamaicans not buying turtle meat.
All I could hear is come back tomorrow, come back. My point is with that is if they're telling the same Cameron that's standing there, come back tomorrow, how about you taking them people at their order, take it and make them come back tomorrow, they know for sure that they're getting your turtle meat. Did people go to round and round like damn donkeys and they're not giving the people nothing, running them around? That's not fair. But don't try and make it look like it's just the restaurants are getting, they know who they're giving it to. And then us the small, but us the small, very small restaurant can't get no more than 10 pounds. You're lucky to get eight plates out of that when that cook. Half of the time, it's full of fat. I have had to throw away fat. And you know fat is something you got to cook the damn turtle meat with. I have had to throw away fat because it's too much more fat than anything else. I don't even get them an oven. I just try to get the stew to try to get as much meat as we'll get. Sometimes it's almost almost a quarter bone. It's bone. That jelly part, we call that I don't know how you call that part. Is something you barely get that. When you do get it, sometimes it has bone in it. They claim, we don't cook it no more, and we leave the bone in it. I had to take a picture I had got one day. I'm not telling you a bit of lie. That must be about 10 pieces with just pure bone. What you gotta do when you get it at that time and you cook it for the next day. And the next thing that I was told by the workers was, yes, it is turtle shortage. You do turtles, I don't know if anybody know that you don't even have to keep on slow cook turtles no more. You put that on the hour not cook because it's the young turtles. I was told sometimes you get too much fat. Then sometimes you don't get none. You might maybe get a little piece. And you got to keep it low, just yield a little bit of water to cook. What I was told about that, that the young turtles not got enough fat, so that's all we could get out of it. Like, yeah, so they do have shortage. That's why they only butchering a certain amount. I think I was told it must be 5 or 6 or something they do now. So how much meat can you get out of that? Because what they did, they oversold, and it was like they didn't thought that COVID would get done. They killed. The guy was telling me that it's 600 a day or a week or something, some big, huge amount, hundreds of he was telling me that they cook. And that's why now they're down to the shortage. Because they didn't have it, I guess now, I don't know how they do it with the, reproduction side of it, or how they, what to say, killing stuff. But yeah, I was told that personally from one of the workers. He said, Mom, that it's young turtles that we're selling right now. as I was saying, I'm not telling you about the lights on. You can put that pot on now, and I want the turtle cook.
All right, leave me there. We have a couple callers who want to join the conversation. Radio listeners, if you're on radio, please keep in mind that the show will end promptly at 9:30. You'll hear BBC kick in, but we'll continue the conversation right here on the Cold Hard Truth because, honey child, we're trying to get down to the truth of this situation of what's actually happening with the turtle meat. So 936-2626 is the telephone number. Join us on social media at 9:30. YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning,
oh, God, I tell you, I felt bad for them girls. I can just imagine the turtle meat. I would take that plate off that screen right now with that breadfruit. I know how they feel. But what they'll have to do, also, they'll have to go and look back for Henry Bush so he can come back Delaware Station by Dixie Graveyard. I'll put to beat and sell poetry. I'm not laughing at them, Sandy. I'm not laughing. I know how they feel. That's what they used to. That to grow upon. Oh, God, I pray it for them. Never mind, sweetheart. You all take care. I love you all at home. Bye.
All right, my dear. Thanks.
bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss Lucille. 936-2626. Some of you listening to this as that last caller knows exactly what she's talking about and that somebody is hoarding the turtle meat for their friends. Another person wants to know, are these friends actually pre-ordering? Good morning, caller.
Yeah, Miss Sandra. They're getting kickbacks. Run the kaboom.
Aye.
The staff down, they're getting kickbacks.
Oh,
That's
Lord
what
Jesus.
they're dealing with.
Oh, really?
That's what they're dealing with. I'm telling you, it happened to me before. I give somebody a couple of dollars. When you look, they secured a little extra I want because and about this thing about the frozen meat. Sometimes you get meat from turtle farm not frozen.
They do
freeze. And if I got buy it in November to secure my Christmas meat, I got have to freeze it, right? And guess what? It tastes just as good in December. My thing is, they could do a lot better by this 1 week for the locals, 1 week for the restaurant. Everybody good. The meat sell and everybody get what they want. The restaurants can't get it every week because at the end of the day, some of the restaurants not cooking it good anyhow. That's facts.
Yeah.
But they wicked on them, man. It's a shortage, but they only kill the young turtle. Like the lady said, that's why the meat so veal and it cooks so quick, like rather than the older turtle. Turtle farm running a little monopoly game.
Oh my
Capitalism.
Gosh. Wow.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we can't sell you this. We must stand up and wait in line because the restaurant not coming for their standing order. Even when I there from 2 hours prior to make sure that I secure mine. So my leg can't short, but the restaurant could do what he want to do. What a mess. Help me Christ. Well, we got you doing the right thing. You let them know that what time is it. And they're getting kickbacks. Politicians doing it too. Don't make Christmas come that you see the politicians don't come directly themselves. We know who their friends are. And when you see that little backdoor deal, people without a restaurant getting a box, and I can only get my one bag.
Oh my! Wow.
They got a lot of choices.
Who's in charge of the situation there at Turtle Farm at the meat distribution?
Well, the guys with the distributing tell me must talk to Christopher Jackson. I don't know who that is.
Oh mess.
But that's what they say.
So it sounds like our own people are causing this. It's not a foreigners going to order no turtle meat. It's Caymanians mixing up the turtle meat.
So who doing it? Who else does it? We don't know us kill each other.
Yeah. Wow.
Nobody.
Thank you, darling.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. This listener says, like everything government has a hand in, it's corrupt or full of inconvenience. This encourages poaching. Frozen turtle meat is no different than fresh. I've cooked frozen turtle meat for years. And I've seen Jamaicans buying turtle meat, and the lady is correct. I've seen it too. But I'm going to be honest with you, based on what I'm hearing, is this seems to be Caymanians mixing up the turtle meat and not in a good way. That you don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? This person says you should have to order the meat in advance anyway. You have to be able to plan. Another person says, how is this turtle meat become an issue now between people and restaurants? What the hell is going on in our little islands? Well, I don't know, but it's a conundrum. Yes, sir. What a mess. If they did, says this person, they would be in line with what the previous caller said. Do their friends provide pre-orders? Another person says, allow me to clarify. Oh, somebody's dad is the butcher. And, Rolston's dad. You mean Rolston Anglin, the MP, the former MP? His dad is the butcher, and that's the understanding that I have. He doesn't, oh, well, now you tell me. Jamaicans are also buying lots of turtle meat, says this person. Really? Another person comes forward, says, yes, Sandra, every word that woman said is 100% true about the turtle farm. Sounds like there's a real mix-up round, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. What a mess. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, 2 to 3 hours waiting in the hot sun. Christmas every year is a hot mess. 2 to 3 hours waiting in the hot sun, in the hot Sunday or sun. Somebody says, yes, he's the butcher and he thinks he owns the turtle meat. Christopher Jackson is the director at the turtle farm. Sounds like they need to sort themselves out. Another person says, good morning to, oh my God, what? Kurt Tibbetts alone gets a lot. The old man there, Mr. Mack, he has set aside for his elder friends, etc. Okay. So I see what's going on around. Yeah. This is typical Caymanian mix-up story where you guys are actually the ones creating the problem because of what we call now favoritism. Y'all Caymanians know what favoritism is, don't you? Yeah. That's where you like somebody for whatever reason. Sometimes it's because they're family. Sometimes they're your little girlfriend or your best friend from back in the seaman days, whatever the situation is. And so, you like them and you got to make sure that they get taken care of. Sometimes you like them because they're lying in your pockets, honey child. They're actually giving you money. And then they're getting preferential treatment. Well, that's not how it should work, it shouldn't work that way. It should be a straight situation where if you place an order and if you have an ordering system, everybody should get first come, first serve kind of thing. The first people to get their order, they get guaranteed. And if you run out of meat, by the time you get to order number 6 or 7, you just notify that person that guess what? There's no more turtle meat to be had. Okay, let me see here now. Lots of comments coming on the live stream as well. Big shout out, Miss Debbie. Says there are over 40,000 turtles at the turtle farm. According to an article I read, there are 39,000 generational Caymanians, according to the last report I read. Turtles even outnumbered. Let that sink in. Miss Debbie. But having said that, Miss Debbie, there's a lot of people who don't really eat, even Caymanians, some Caymanians don't eat turtle meat, So it's not like all 39,000 of us got to be eating turtle meat. I mean, I eat it a couple of times for the year. Big shout out to Miss, my friend named there in Georgetown. Oh God, her name just escaped me. Miss, begins with an E. Oh Lord, I can't remember her name. Georgetown cook. Look, I'm looking through my phone. Miss Alrita. The name was escaping me. Big shout out to Miss Alrita. I wonder if she can have any turtle meat on Sunday. I might have to try and secure me a little bit before my trip. But I don't eat a whole lot of turtle meat, maybe 5-6 times for the year. But all this talk about turtle got me hungry now. I could go for a nice plate of turtle. Gabby says, nothing against eating turtle. She wanted them Caymanians night, and I'd be like, I do once in a while. But the way that they're all crammed into that one enclosure, I don't know why people want to even eat it. Feel sorry for them, to be honest. Oh, yeah. That's what the turtle farm could use, some expansion. That's what they should be spending some money on. Anyway, there's more demand as the population increases, says Damien. Simple C says, sounds like they need a few more tanks for farming turtle at the center. I think Simple C, that is probably correct. But there was also a decline in the turtle population, wasn't there? Was there some turtle disease or something that was going on with the turtles themselves where they weren't really producing, quite as much, what do you call it? They weren't producing quite as much offspring. And so they were trying to figure out why that is, and that there was a possibility that maybe the turtles were being stressed out in some way. There were environmental stresses that were impacting their reproduction. I mean, these are things that we need to be having a look at for sure. Now, somebody better try and cook me some turtle meat after all this discussion. Anthony says, Mr. Goodlook says, remember now, not everyone know how to cook turtle anyway. So hopefully these chefs have been taught by a Caymanian. Anthony says, give that woman a kaboom. That was earlier. I think that was the previous two callers. She is right. Not the only person that want it. They see it's lucrative and won't stick to their ackee and codfish dinner. Lord Jesus. Anthony goes on to say the turtle farm needs to be regulated. My suggestion is that it's our national dish and it should be controlled as you loom around every little Jamaican cock shop, every little Jamaican cock shop and every trailer is selling turtle. They know nothing about cooking. Restaurants that should and would have the ability to sell turtle should be certified as a heritage culinary location, which would be identified as a location that has persons with a knowledge of preparation. That's an interesting suggestion, Anthony. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't stop people from cooking turtle, I suppose. But that's interesting. Mr. Goodlook says, now, come on. So the restaurants is in high demand clearly means the meat shouldn't be sold every day of the year, but it should be seasonal. Well, how do you guys feel about that? About having turtle meat be seasonal? You can only have it, like lobster and conch. You can only get it. Well, you can't go and, to be clear now, you can't go out there and touch the turtles, not at all. They aren't endangered and protected species. But should we say even for the turtle farm that they can only butcher certain times of the year? Mr. Goodlook, I think you might have a riot on your hands, child. Caymanians not gonna like that. Paula says they look for the restaurants. They look out more for the restaurants than they do locals. Oh my gosh. So Damien says, does that mean that the price has gone up again for farm-raised turtle meat? Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, maths. Shamar says that caller sounded well-rounded on the turtle topic. They should have limits, says Damien, per restaurant to 30 pounds and per person 5 pounds per week. Sure that they thought of this, but don't they have limits now? From what I understand, you can only buy so much. But 5 pounds of turtle meat can do what, Damien? Not no turtle meat, Like the caller said, she cooks turtle and she's also in the restaurant business. By the time you cook that down and thing, not much left. So, Doug, just 5 pounds of turtle meat can just give you gravy. I'm just saying. And how does it work with the manavelin? I mean, when they chop it up, is there enough manavelin and fat and everything else to go around? Like, how do they? And she also said the quality of the meat isn't what it used to be. It's more like they're giving you more fat than anything else. I don't know, my dear. This sounds like a real mess. But I think they need to have a think about it, Mr. Chris. Y'all need to sort it out because I tell you what, don't mess with that. Don't mess with that national dish now, They're not gonna riot about nothing else, but they might riot about that. Mr. Goodlook says that Cayman Islands is one of the only places in the world that know how to cook turtle without people getting poisoned. Okay. Oh my Lord, I'm so sorry. I didn't get enough sleep last night. So are they getting paid extra for their friends to hold it for their friends, says Damien. So what would be happening, Damien, is presumably their friends giving them a little tip behind the scenes, you see? Allison says that's the truth. Plenty of times I went early, never get, and the boxes piled up for people. Everton says, Sandy, you see what you have done? Start a turtle war. Listen, it ain't me. I'm just bringing the issue to the forefront because the people are saying, Miss Sandy, we need you to talk about this because this is really a mess. And it sounds, yesterday when they called me, I could hear a lot of stuff in the background. It was getting heated, honey child. They were getting up in their feelings. So, Mr. Mack, you better get them people their turtle meat or they're going to be talking to you and Ralston. I'm just saying. Allison says, holding for friends and came at us. Who you know? Yes, sir. And who know you? Christina, good morning. Says, yes, that happened to my family. 2 days straight, line up and didn't get, and people come walk straight up and get. And you have to ask, did they pre-order? Like, what was the situation? You know, Strong Wilt says turtle sus. Simple C says it's still a shame that we kill all those turtles and sell it for its meat, but they can't sell the shells. It seems like such a waste. What do they do with the shells then, I wonder? Richard says, I don't know what's going on, but I do know that now I'm hungry for some turtle meat dinner. Haven't had it in years. I know. Listen, like I said, Miss Juliet says, kaboom. I'm not big on turtle meat like that. You know, like I don't have to, you know, if you give me a choice and I have all my Caymanian dishes, yeah, I'll take a little toops of just the meat. You know, I'm not into it like that. And in fact, I might skip turtle completely. I'll take the lobster, the stew kunk, you know, everything else. And then the turtle comes kind of last in my list of my Caymanian dishes. But, you know, I get it. And, you know, yeah, if it's done well and seasoned well, it tastes good and whatever. I'm just not really that big at it because I can't look at it for too long when I think about those little turtles. Oh, did I tell you guys about how we had a hicatee in our yard? Poor little sufferer. He was caught in the yard. And Gigi didn't want to let him go. And so I have to constantly, when it comes to her and animals, I have to constantly remind her they're in the wild for a reason. She wants to bring everything in. Snakes, turtles, you know, the crab, poor crab the other day. Listen, why y'all never tell me how strong crabs are? Oh my God. I had a crab that grabbed onto Zeus's toy and I was trying to pry it from him. He wasn't letting go of that toy to save his life. I had one little broomstick and I was trying to get it from him. Child, he was strong. Anyway, so we had this little hicatee in the yard for a good couple weeks now. And every once in a while he comes out of the bushes and we see him. And I said, listen, I think that the problem is that he is, he's stuck in the yard. So we got to take him out and then, let him go free. Well, as you well know, she didn't want to do that. And so I really had to work hard to explain to her that, you know, animals, critters and creatures are meant to be in their natural habitat. If we see them, I know it's exciting to see them and it's interesting, like we want to touch them and whatever, but we got to respect Mother Nature. And sometimes respecting Mother Nature means leaving Mother Nature the hell alone. And so he came out again a couple of days ago and I said, Dad, I said, look, you know, it's time that you took this hicatee back where it came from so that it can, you know, it can live to see another day. Because I think what was happening is it was kind of circling in the yard trying to find a way out of here. And there's not much water here, folks, when it is when it's raining. When it isn't raining, sorry. So yeah, we had to send the hicatee back. Walk it. Marlon and her walked it down by the water. So I'm trying to find a little picture of him. He was cute. Yeah, but somehow he got in the yard and then he couldn't get out. Oh my gosh, what a turtle conundrum. Speaking of conundrums, I'm going to read some more of your comments in relation to the turtle, but speaking of conundrums, I'm trying to get his picture. I want to show you guys. Oh, he's such a cutie patootie. Some of you messaged me this morning, Sandy, the lights are off at Tim Hortons. What's going on? Listen, I told you guys, but you're not listening to me. Y'all don't listen very well sometimes. That Tim Hortons is actually not opened yet. What happened was they were planning the grand opening, and then come to find out they were having some tech issues with the register. You know, everything is proprietary. That's when you become a franchise. Right? You can't go out and buy your own POS system. Everything comes from Tim Hortons, right? The machines, the ingredients, the dough, the whatever. Everything has to be consistent across all franchises. So they were having a major issue with the registers not communicating with the kitchen in the back end, not printing the labels properly, blah, blah, blah. That is why they postponed the grand opening last weekend. And I told y'all that, and y'all still went and y'all still showed up. So their philosophy was like, listen, if people are going to show up, we're not open. You know, we still are here baking and practicing the kitchen stuff. Let's just go ahead and see how we can assist the customers. But I've realized this morning, somebody messaged me and said that, oh my God, the lights are out. It's dark. They messaged and said it was just too much. They said, listen, we were taken aback because we weren't officially open. We've been taken aback by the number of people that have been coming out and the amazing support that we've been getting, but we have got to fix this issue. And the only way that they can fix it is if nobody's there. So they actually have flown in their tech team from the US now, and the tech team is going to be on site to try to get this sorted out so that when they really do open, bam, bam, they can help you guys. I saw you guys lined up last night out to the main road trying to get a donut, or I don't know what you're getting at Tim Hortons. And I'm telling y'all, it's good, but you got to give them time to get it figured out. So just public service announcements, folks. Give them a minute. They're going to get it sorted out, and then you can get your Tim Hortons fix, okay? So don't go to Tim Hortons over the next couple of days. When they have reopened, I will post up an advisory to say, bam, now you can go. They worked out all the kinks. Because then it's going to be a bad experience. And then you're going to go away. Y'all are coming to me complaining. Oh, well, I went and I said, but they're not open. Don't go. What's wrong with you people? Oh, my gosh. All right. Turtle Meat War says Everton. Kurt Tibbetts getting his. I better call Kurt Tibbetts. Yeah, he can cook turtle, don't. Yeah, boy, Kurt Tibbetts, he know a thing or two about cooking some turtle. Mm-hmm. All right, let me see. Let me see here, Daniel. This is my tech guy, Daniel. He doing something to me. Unpause it, please. Ugh, what a hot mess. All right, let me see. Miss Juliet says some restaurants don't cook it well. And they're the ones who shouldn't be getting it, if you ask me. I'm just saying. Andrew says, wow, no beaches anymore for locals and tourists, and now no turtle meat for locals for Christmas. Seriously? Miss Marjorie says, Mr. Wood at Amelia's Corner said he can only get 10 pounds of turtle meat every week. Where is Amelia's? Didn't they close down? I don't see them there anymore. There's a new restaurant there called Flavors. Have they moved somewhere else? Or did they just go out of business? What a mess. Anthony says, whatever happened to the turtle farm embezzlement case with the IT manager and outsourcing CCTV equipment? Oh, that was another case. I don't quite remember that one. I mean, there was the one with the lady allegedly stealing money who worked in accounts, I think, Miss Rachel. I believe her case is still slowly dragging through the court system, as these things do. I'll try to check into that one, Anthony. I'm not even sure. By the way, court cases. So it looks like for me, my Court of Appeal hearing, it's a one-day hearing, is going to be in May. The Court of Appeal packs up very, very quickly. So they emailed us yesterday and they said, we got 2 dates available in May. Pick one now. And it's like, May? So yeah, it's going to be a minute before we get to the Court of Appeal. But don't worry, honey child, because we got ourselves a good KC who's excited to take on this case. He's like, oh, this is a good case. He's excited. Jamaicans don't fool with turtle. They love chicken foot, says Strong Will. Irvelin says, so Jamaicans can't eat turtle meat too? Well, you all stop eating Atkins saltfish then. It's our national dish. Oh my God, y'all, please. Children, I'm going to implore you to behave yourselves. This is not Caymanians versus Jamaicans. This is not turtle meat versus Akin saltfish. Can't we just all get along and eat what we want to eat? And I love me some Ackee and some dumplings with it. I mean, yes, that's Jamaica's national dish, but I mean, we're so intertwined. You know, what's the big deal? I've never cooked turtle in my life, but I have cooked Ackee. Look at that. I've cooked Ackee and saltfish. But I'm a little bit scared of turtle, child. I'm like, I don't want to get it wrong. And y'all be telling me that I can't cook and take away my Cayman papers. You're going to unborn me. Oh, my God. Simple C says because they got a bunch of Jamaicans buying it and don't know how to cook it. Jesus Christ, y'all need to stop. Listen, who's to blame for that? A lot of that's Caymanians. Even when we have the National Heritage Days and stuff, the Caymanians sitting down there handling the money and having the Jamaicans do the prep and the cooking and whatever in the kitchen. I mean, anybody can learn how to cook a dish, you know, right? So Jamaicans can learn how to cook turtle. They can learn how to cook our national dish, just like we've learned how to cook their Akin saltfish. But you have to be willing to do it right. Y'all can't be adding no browning to the turtle meat and all that kind of stuff. You've got to take lessons and you got to learn and you got to be in there with the right people. You know, go sit down with some old time Georgetowners, and I tell you what, the East Enders got it down pat good. So if you're a Jamaican, you really want to learn how to cook turtle meat, don't learn it from another Jamaican, because it's not going to be this turtle stew that Caymanians cook. Go and sit down with a Caymanian and learn how to cook it. And anybody can learn how to cook it, I'm sure. I mean, it's not rocket science. Simple C says they think everything needs browning in it. Lavana says, look how long Miss Alrita has been cooking turtle. I knew it was bad when she told me they didn't give her any. She not getting none either? Now listen, now we got protests in these damn streets. What the hell? How am I going to get my little turtle fixed every once in a blue moon? Sure. Miss Morna says, Sandy, and they talk about going independent. We're having turtle shortage now. Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. Miss Marjorie says, I like the fin a lot. I've not been able to get any for a long time. Mr. Wood can only get 10 pounds per week. The fin, isn't that like really chewy and stuff? Oh, no. I'm not eating that. I'm sorry. But El Rey says, but does she eat chicken from America? Have you seen the conditions that they're raised under? Talking to Gabby about the turtle meat. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yes, Sandy, you have a plate right, boy. What? You have a plate right? You have a few minutes ago where it is you eat that so far. No. Turtle meat? I not got no turtle meat. Evelyn says, oh, my God, are you people serious? Lord Jesus. Marjorie says the tourists want to try turtle meat also. Well, I don't know about that, because some of them be like, ow, I can't eat a whole fish because it's looking at me. Yeah, okay. Oh, its googly eyes are looking at me. I said, God, they gonna drop down dead if they see somebody actually eat the eyes of the fish. What a mess. Curtis from Cayman Brack, big up yourself, Curtis. Says that maybe turtle shouldn't be our national dish anymore. Oh, look. I don't think that that's the solution that people are going to want to hear, Curtis. I hear you there. Strong Will said, Sandy, did Marlon keep you up last night? Yes, let's blame Marlon for this. I'm going to screenshot this and tell him it's his fault why I'm yawning today. Thank God for CMR, says Strong Wilt. El Rey says, it sounds like the demand for turtle has increased. The farm can only produce so much each month. I think it's a combination of things, El Rey. I think the demand probably has increased, but I also think that there's been less production because I heard, and it's been a couple of years now, that the turtles were just not giving us the offspring, the amount of eggs coming to full fruition and surviving and whatever. So I'm going to check the turtle farm and see what information that they can certainly give us. Good morning, caller. Hello?
Yes, Mr. President. Good morning, Ms. Sandra. How are we doing this morning?
Yes, morning, sir. How are you?
Calling about this tournament problem. You got a
Yes.
gentleman down there called Uncle Mark. You call him, and when you get there, he tell you must come. You tell him, okay, you want 1 pack. He tell you plain and straight, you only can get 1 pack. When you go there,
So this is the butcher now, from what I'm understanding. Yes.
correct. His telephone number is 926-8622.
Well, now he'll be getting all kind of orders for turtle meat.
And when you go there, we call it and not no turtle.
Aye.
And they got a guy there that used to work at Public Works, what they fire from Public Works. Now I do not know. You can fire one person from one government department, you put them in another department. No, that's not correct. He was caught up in some corruption business, and now you got him at Turtle Farm. This is the problem, and he is the big problem there, because he should not be there. Because before, when it was just Mr. Buck and the other 2 guys, we don't had this problem at the Turtle Farm. They are saving it for the politicians, them.
Okay. Wow.
This is the problem. Because every day you call, Uncle Mark tell you must come.
Yes.
Every day he tell you must come and get the turtle meat. When you go there, it already done. But you told me must come.
Are you able to pre-order it? I mean, when he telling you to come, can't you just say I'm coming and I need guaranteed that I'm going to get so much, or you can't pre-order it?
We call and he tell you only can get 5 pounds. That's what he telling you. And when you go there, it's nothing. But the politicians have the preference.
Really?
Because they are getting their hand grease.
Wow. Not good.
Yesterday they only had meat for we call it for 4 people. That is foolishness.
4 people?
That's it. 4 people got turtle meat yesterday. They only had 4 people for turtle, and they had we call it a few pounds monoblin, plus they had caterpie. You couldn't get as much caterpie you wanted yesterday.
What the hell is that? Excuse my lack of knowledge. What? Caterpie? What are they?
Yeah, that's the caterpie. That's the belly part of that's the belly part under the turtle. That's what I call the caterpie.
Caterpie.
That's just like the fin.
Oh, okay. I never heard that one before.
Correct. It eats just like the fin.
Okay.
But when Uncle Mark and the other 2 gentlemen that they were running the show, we never had this problem until they brought this guy now that they kicked out we call it NRA. I think he used to work at Public Works or something like that. Until he come there now, he is the big problem. Because he is saving for his big time government friends.
And who this one is now? Which guy that used to work NRA? What's his position
He
at the
is
farm?
his father used to have a baco company. His we call it
I don't know who that is.
I'm trying to remember what his surname is. But he drives one of these big expensive red Jeeps.
Yeah. But you don't know what his position is.
No, he ain't just like what Potter was now. I mean nothing.
Oh. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Wow. So you think he messed it up down there too?
Oh yeah, and Jerris Miller is in charge of that whole entire section. And Jerris is doing nothing because you called Jerris Miller and he's not answering his phone.
Jackson says Chris Jackson doesn't have anything to do with any turtle meat. It's between Mr. Jerris Miller, who's the manager, and Mr. McClure, who's the chief butcher. Who the hell's Mr. McClure? He came on in? He from West Bay?
That's the man they call Uncle Mac.
Oh, that's Uncle Mac.
Correct.
Oh, that's somebody said that's Rolston's dad.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So basically, your opinion is the real issue is there's no equitable distribution of it because people are helping out friend business.
That is the thing. And you know what I mean? They are okay. Take for instance today now. He clean it, you clean it straight. On Thursday they do not butcher, but they are selling. They got we call it turtle on freeze or already freeze for their special friends and restaurants and everything to come today to get. That is foolishness.
Wow. So, how we gonna resolve this issue then? This sounds like a hot mess.
Somebody needs to, because I on several occasions I try to reach out to Jerris Miller, and Jerris Miller do not want to answer his phone.
Oh. All right. Who's Jerris? Who you have his number? Send it to me on WhatsApp. Let me see if we can reach him this morning.
Well, I called the we call it the operator, and she put you direct to his extension.
Oh, at the Turtle Center. All right, let me give him a call. Let me see now. Let me look at Turtle Center. Okay, man, we can't call him Turtle Farm no more. They even changed their name, honey chill. All right, let me give them a call and see what we can get on to. Keep listening.
Okay,
keep
thank
listening.
you.
All right, darling.
Okay.
All right, phone call time, honey child. Let's call the Turtle Center this morning. All right, 949-3894.
Welcome, and thank you for calling Cayman Turtle Conservation and Education Center. If you know the extension number of the person you're trying to reach, please dial it now. Or dial extension 3200 for our customer service department.
Oh.
The center is open 7 days per week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., including public holidays.
What number she said must dial? I was
Wish to check out our website at www.turtle.ky or reach out to us at info.
Can I just press 0? When all else fails and you don't hear what they say, just press 0.
Thank
Operator.
you. Press 1 for customer service, 2 for retail, or 3 for restaurant and events.
I guess 1.
You are being transferred to
customer service. Cayman Turtle Center. Good morning, Dolan speaking. How can I assist?
Hi, Miss Dolan. Sandra Hill here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to get a hold of Mr. Jerris Miller.
Okay, kindly hold for me. I'll transfer you to his extension.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, ma'am. Kindly hold.
Hello? I don't answer there. That just stopped ringing. Did it just stop ringing? We have another caller. I have his mobile number. I can try that too. Good morning, caller.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
You gotta turn your radio down.
Sandra, this is Jerris.
Oh, Mr. Jerris, I was just trying to call you.
Yeah. I don't know what you
I appreciate you calling us. What's going on there at the Turtle Farm?
What? The past 20 minutes, actually.
Oh, you've been getting phone calls the past 20 minutes. What's going on? Tell us what's going on.
The extension on my desk. For some reason, you can't hear me when I answered it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it sounded, it just was like a dead line. It was so strange.
On the radio.
Yeah. Just turn off the radio in the background for me, but tell me now. What is happening? What's this hot mess about the turtle stew and all kind of mix up?
Sandra, you hit it on the head when you said that the demand has gone tremendously. Okay. We do the same amount of turtle meat that we do each day. That we butcher each day.
And how much? Give us some details. How much are you actually butchering?
We're doing 4 a day.
4 turtles a day.
Yeah.
And I mean, that can vary.
80 pounds and above.
It's about 80 pounds.
No, the 80 pound turtles that are bigger than 80 pounds.
Okay. And I
So
mean,
they're
to
not
be,
they didn't know young turtles get.
yes,
But
because of
turtles,
course that would go against the green of what the Turtle Center is all
yeah.
about.
Yeah, it makes no sense to butcher young turtles, so we don't do that down here. Okay, I mean, I've been listening to your program from the beginning, but okay, I mean, I don't mind answering the questions.
Yes, I certainly appreciate that.
The biggest part of the problem with the restaurant is created because of the cost of turtle meat. Turtle meat you can buy for almost like you buy chicken for, and you can sell it for what you buy steak for.
Stick a pin there. Stick a pin, because Danielle Jackson said the same thing. She said the issue is that turtle meat is the cheapest meat available, and hence the reason for the high demand, especially for the restaurants, as it makes their profit margin extremely high. And you're confirming that that is a problem.
The number of restaurants has more that demand turtle meat every day, and they don't get. You have to cut restaurants down just like we have to cut people down on it, okay? Because it's a fixed amount of turtle meat that you have. You have to remember that the Turtle Center takes nothing from the wild. Everything we do in here is just like a pig farm or a cattle farm. We have to get the young turtles and we have to grow them up to the size. So nature plays. I want to tell you, it has nothing to do with any disease or anything down here. Okay,
right? But there was a time when they were not producing as much, but you guys couldn't even figure out why.
No, you can't. It's nature. I can show you the graph going back over 20 years, and what you find is like every 4 or 5 years you get a peak thing, and then the other years it peters off, and then you get a peak on it again. It's just the way nature does it. And this information, the only place that this information is available is through the Turtle Center, because there's no place else in the world that studies the turtles through its full lifespan. So we have data going back more than 20 years, okay, that we can easily show you. And that's something that you can't affect it in any way. It's what God gives it. It's only the eggs that get laid in here. But there's not a case of a shortage of well, if we were going to supply the demand island for turtle meat, we would be out of turtles in 6 months. Because every day, nobody's telling you alive in it. They come there for turtle meat and can't get it. Okay, we could kill all the turtles and feed it out, and then there would be no turtles at all. Okay, but I can tell you that they come. We have to manage this thing over like a 5-year period. You grow these turtles up 5 years. So what happens in hatcheries today affects us 5 years down the road. What we're dealing with today is what was born 5 years ago. Okay, and it's not yet of a shortage or we're going to run out of turtles or anything like that.
Right.
It's exploded, and it's been exploding through the restaurants because of the cost of turtle meat. Okay, we subsidize the cost of turtle meat, and it's like I say, you can buy it for chicken costs and sell it for steak costs. So everybody's figured that out. And whether you know anything about turtle meat, they throw it in the pot. And we've seen turtle meat being sold out of car trunks on construction sites. Okay, we try to eliminate it, but you can't. You can't police it. I mean, because if a restaurant doesn't get it, they can send a friend as a person, and they can buy turtle meat. Okay, it's available every day of the week down here, but we need to adjust the cost of turtle meat, okay? Because
so who sets the price then for the turtle meat? How does that work?
I heard somebody mention about the price of turtle meat ran up. The price of turtle meat hasn't gone up in over 12 years.
Wow.
Okay?
Raise the price. I mean, this sounds like a no-brainer to me. Yes, I know they're gonna get upset, but listen, raising the price, because we already see based on what you said.
Let me speak to that real briefly for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Part of the problem of raising the price of what the price should be, because I mean the price in a business you should be charging what it costs. Okay,
right?
Is that turtle meat so valuable that a 500-pound turtle on the beach laying 500 eggs becomes way more attractive to a poacher.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but keep the price of turtle meat down. That 500-pound turtle that has spent 30 years before they got mature enough to come back here and lay on the beach, and they spent 500 eggs inside it. that gets rolled over, and that's what you're taking out of nature, out of the sea. But if you get the price of turtle meat, it's a really delicate balance in there, because if you put it to where,
but if you can't get it, aren't they going to be out there trying to poach them as well?
That's why we make sure that every day you can come here and get turtle meat. You mightn't get it today, but you get it tomorrow.
But people say they come in there 3-4 days not getting them.
Yeah, well, then maybe the 5th day they'll get what they need, okay? Or if they call ahead and order it, you know. And listen, feel free to give my the cell number, because there's a problem.
Because let me ask you a question as well. So Jerry makes a recommendation, which somebody else made as well. But what if we made it seasonal? Do you think that would help in any way?
It's already seasonal, Sandra, because what I'm telling you, I'm doing 4 now. Come next month, November is Paradise Week. We're gonna be with Santa turtles, okay?
Oh, so you ramp it up and down.
There's certain peak times that we go way beyond what we do on a daily basis. It is during Easter, the man up there, during Pirates Week, during Christmas, and in the last 2 years, we found at Thanksgiving with the churches, everybody is using turtle meat in the churches. That would say the turkey. That's the cheapest. That is the turkey, and the people like it better.
Have mercy.
But the demand has exploded out there. I mean, and the only way to there's no restaurant that is happy with the amount of turtle meat we've given them. Every one of them have been cut down, just like you had to do with everybody else. I mean, and we like I say, it's not that we got short of turtles or we're running out of turtles or anything like that. I could, when it comes to Christmas and things, everybody turtle meat is going to get turtle meat, because we really wrap up the production. But you've got to grow the turtle before you can kill a turtle. You know, before turtle. I'm sorry, I don't mean to use it. I mean, those words are so, but that's what that's the way it works. You know? So in terms of what's available, I haven't heard anybody say on your program anything except this thing about that you're saving for your friends. Okay, it would be impossible to do that, because I mean, everybody would go crazy. Okay, but what there's this deal that somebody called. They had 3 or 4 days to go and save it. So we had 2 or 3 days to put together an order, you know, for them, and it's in a box. And of course, they come up, and the box is there. You sell it. You let them have it. Okay, but it takes that coordination with Mr. Mac and the crew down there. Okay, it's because there's a fixed amount of doing. Right now, we're doing 4 a day, and like I say, come November 1st, that'll wrap up, because we've already taken orders from the people in the districts that want to do their thing. So it's already seasonal, very, very seasonal. December, I typically around in those 4 things I told you, we do 5-6 times the amount that we do on a normal month.
Wow. So it takes 30 years for turtles to get to maturity where they're ready to be butchered?
No, it takes like 16 to 20, between 20 and 35 is when they lay. Those turtles, once they lay and hatch out, they don't come back to Cayman for another 20 years. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the mother just lays the egg and she leaves. And the kids are like in the wild from a turtle nest. 1,000 survives. From our beach here, we get 600 and 1,000 surviving. When they're babies and they come out of the beach, they're food for all the
yes, they're very, very vulnerable. Because someone was asking, why don't they keep some of the beach hatchlings and raise them? Their survival rate is low in the wild anyway.
No, yeah, that's totally illegal. We cannot touch anything that is on the beach. We actually put our eggs on the beaches and let them hatch out. Once they hatch out, we cannot touch them. They're wild turtles and they're well protected under the law in Cayman. Nothing else. The only thing that we take out of the sea is salt water. We pump salt water every day. Everything else is the herd of turtles that are here didn't even come from Cayman waters. They came from all around the world because you did that mixture, that diverse DNA, so that you didn't get inbreeding and stuff going on.
Right.
And but brought from Ascension Islands, Belize, down and all over the world. So that's how we know that 90-something% of the turtles in the wild of Cayman came from the turtle center, because the DNA here is very unique. So 96% of the turtles. There was a study done by the University of Essex and the University of Barcelona, and the Department of Environment down here, and they found that 96% of the turtles that they found in the wild in the Cayman Islands over those years came from the turtle center. There's one that we have released into the wild over the last 40 years.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's something
So
else.
you wouldn't see a turtle in the sea here at all if it wasn't for the ones at the turtle center. Let's go.
My goodness. Well, that's good for conservation. Let me ask you a question. So some people are being critical of Mr. Mack. One person says they don't even know why he's there because all he do be bossing people around and telling them what to do and whatever. And there allegations that people getting paid behind the scenes. And how do you address those types of issues then? I mean, obviously people are complaining about it. One guy say he know what's going on because he did it himself. So
I was trying to call him, and that person was there because I would love to talk to that person because with the controls that are in there, that's really not possible. I'm not telling you that when you tell me that's a skip or something, that may not happening, I can guarantee you I can address that right away, okay? Because it don't matter how you do it, some people are not going to get today. But to come back tomorrow or the next day because of the amount that we have. But that's something that I mean, the way the controls are put in. And I mean, every morning, as soon as they make it and stuff, and then that amount goes out the cells and stuff. So it's not like anybody can get slipped a little more without paying for it or anything like that. I wish I would love to talk to the gentleman that called in earlier because that's something that we don't want. And like I say, it's so hard to do because you have you're already on being able to help like 50% of the people, 50% of the people each day on it. So, but the whole reason that's that way is because the restaurant demand is just. Like I tell you, the restaurants. You've heard a couple of restaurant owners out there. They are really off. Then the Caymanians, all right? We try to get it to the Caymanians. But no restaurant is happy with the amount of turtle that we giving them, okay?
Yes.
Because the margin in it is just so high. That's the highest protein product.
And just to be fully conversant here, because there's people saying, boy, them politicians seem to get preferential treatment when they send in. They blame in Kurt Tibbetts. We have to call Kurt Tibbetts and talk to him.
Yeah. So different. In fact, I don't want to speak out of school, but this week I was probably trying to get for a charitable organization, okay? And Mr. cut him down. So if you call Chuck right now, he can tell you right now, yeah, he tried to get this week and couldn't, they only gave him this, so much, like half of what he ordered. Right? So yeah, listen, I mean, it's came on, and I mean, I like the person that wrote and said, I mean, it came on. Sometimes it's who you know,
right?
Okay, but it's not like the politicians are driving the problem. Okay, when that happens, it cuts down on what's available that day, but it's not the overall problem. The everyday problem is the demand from restaurants. Every restaurant. I don't know. It would like to be carrying certain meat.
What do you think of this idea, Anthony? I think Anthony's actually in the UK. He made the suggestion that maybe only certain restaurants should be able to sell it who are designated as like a heritage style restaurant, who actually know how to cook turtle. Because of course the complaint is a lot of these restaurants can't cook it anyway.
Yeah, we actually explored that whole thing about. About 5 months ago, I explored that. Is looking at a license and everything. Well, we didn't go as far as them having to get a license to buy turtle meat, but we took these restaurants that we know. I mean, we've had restaurants that are traditional. You know that you could go country and restaurant on a Friday, you could go restaurant on a Thursday to get your turtle meat, and we bring it down to them. But the problem is when you tell them another restaurant you can't get it. There's nothing wrong. A brother or a sister or a aunt or whatever to come and buy turtle meat for them. You know, you can't tell the difference whether they're buying £10 for the house or they're buying £10 to add £20 to the restaurant.
Right. Very true. That is a good point.
It causes people to get upset because it's a financial thing with the restaurants. I mean, it's just a great profit margin on it. You know, I mean, on turtle meat.
I think we might have to increase the price a little bit. I mean, you said it's been quite a number of years. It hasn't been increased. So not that you have to go up super high, but listen, even to the oxtail, not as cheap as it used to be.
You have to look and make that balance that I said. But you definitely through that. This problem is not going to go away. Okay.
Exactly.
But if you had a restaurant, you were running something, and you know that you could make more out of your, you know, $5. Because I mean, listen, the profit margin is pretty substantial. If you figure that £5 of turtle meat, let's say £1/4 of turtle meat in each day. I mean, I don't know exactly how much it put, but say take a quarter, man. That's 20 dishes, okay? If you get £8 for that, that's $300 you just got for selling that. You know what you paid me for it? $45.
Wow.
$45, okay? You just spent $45 and you can make $360. Who's not going to want to be guessing that? And who's not going to be getting mad when they can't get the amount that? And it doesn't matter how much you get, it's not enough.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, as much as people complain that these restaurants don't know how to cook it, somebody buying it, obviously.
Somebody. But you know, but this thing is like cooking it for an hour and thing. I'm telling you that you see someone selling meat out of a car trunk at 12 o'clock on a construction site. That didn't cook for too long. You know, that didn't cook for too long. And we would like to be able to police it, but it's not possible because you can't identify that this person is connected with a restaurant or anything else. You know what I mean? When if they come in and get it individually. But we have a list. Our list of restaurants has tripled to what we traditionally used to have. It wasn't that we picked out a restaurant and said only these should get it. That's the way it was because only people cook turtle meat because they knew how to cook it, and people flock to their restaurant on their days. But that has really skyrocketed, and that's what caused the you know, not having more for the local people when they drive up. And really, it's not really foreigners coming and buying out the turtle meat. It's still Caymanians looking for the turtle. Unfortunately, Caymanians that you got turned down today to come back tomorrow. Okay, so I mean, it's not like an influx of foreigners that come in and buy this out. It's Cayman by the restaurant. Who owns the restaurants? I don't know, but the restaurants are the demand from the restaurants is high, and none of the restaurants are happy because Mr. Mac has to hold a constant strain. You know.
Well, thank you so much. This has been very, very educational for sure. More than you thought you could know about turtles and turtle meat.
I wanted that all the restaurants know through you, Sandra, that start calling in about their parents turtle meat so we can plan and
Yes, get it in early. Now, what is the general number that people should call in order to place an order?
You can give them. I mean, my number is 926-4279. That's my company number. You call it that. That's my personal number. But
okay.
Yeah, don't call. I'm having some problems with the extension on my desk, so call in the front. It's been that way for a while. I think there's something with the wire that comes in here. I can hear it rings and I can pick it up, but you can't hear me when I pick it up.
Yeah. Okay.
So I apologize.
All right. Well, yeah, no problem. And listen, I appreciate you so much. Somebody said, wow, that you are doing a phenomenal job. They said Mr. Miller is doing a good job explaining the issue. And we appreciate this because this is what I always say to, civil servants and people who work for these government agencies. We're not here to make anybody look bad. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it and get to the truth. And as you can see from this morning, everybody has a slightly different experience. They have different versions of the stories. Well, this restaurant saying
none of them are 100%. Okay, none of them are that I heard this morning, but I don't individuals at all because none of them are necessarily. They're slightly, some is slightly wrong and like all, and like I said, they're saving it for somebody. What they're seeing is that someone caught, 2 or 3 day period, accumulated. Bought it, so we put it in a box. So it's sitting there, for them. And yeah, when you do that, it is frozen. You'll get some of it is fresh from this morning. And that's it from the last 2 or 3 days, so that's frozen, and the restaurants take it, on the frozen. But in general, Caymanians don't want turtle meat that's frozen. They want fresh,
Right.
So.
Can you repeat the number again for the ordering? And somebody says, is there an email system where you can measure the first come, first serve, like who's actually ordering kind of thing? No. Phone number. Call it in. Just repeat the number for us.
Look, you're not gonna tell you to come down if you if you're not got it. So
yeah. Just give us the number one more time.
926 4279.
4279, folks. 926.
I think all of the restaurant customers has Mr. Mac number and stuff. So that's well known, and that's they all have that. But I just gave you my number, and I'm happy to field in the call from anyone, and like I said, they'll know not to come down today.
Right.
So like somebody called me today to pick up something today. Everything that we done this morning, because we start at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
With the butchering and stuff. It all we can't add to it.
Yeah. So Miss yeah. Oh yeah. Miss Lavonna says in 5 pounds of turtle meat that includes fat and bones. So I mean, I guess everything gets thrown in the mix.
And it's a mixture. I mean, and listen, that's where Mr. Mac. Yeah, actually, Mr. Mac. Mr. Mac is a wonderful ambassador. Mr. Mac has been somebody that has been working in the turtle and industrial thing, and he knows every customer out there. And
sounds like I need to talk to him for my Cayman Voices series.
Yeah,
I'll tell him I'll come in the butcher shop and we can talk all things Caymanian and turtling.
There you go. Okay, so you know how I like the maritime history and stuff.
Oh yes.
But he knows the customers, and he knows that he got to tell them the facts. I mean, so some of nobody's gonna be really happy with getting back, but he's very fair with sharing it around. Sharing it around. But it gets something. I mean, if you sign this, I started point. He knows you. He knows how you like your thing. Quite call it. So he really has a customer relationship that I really. So
yes, and it's good to keep our seniors. I know somebody like, oh, he needs to retire, but it's good to keep our seniors working and they can remain more independent themselves, and it helps them as well to be out and about. So I think that's wonderful. Well, Mr. Jairus, thank you so much. Even we've got a good friend here, Richard in Texas. He says, thank you, Mr. Miller, for the education on the turtling issue. We really appreciate your directness this morning, your proactiveness, and calling in and answering our questions.
All right, Sandra. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, my dear.
All
right, darling. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. See, folks, that's how it's done. It's so easy. Yeah, he was trying to answer the phone, but he said his phone line isn't working. Can somebody down there sort that out? I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's a phone, if it's the line itself or whatever. Sort out the man phone. His desk phone should be working. But look, he still picked up the phone and gave us a call and, answered. He said nobody quite had it right that was calling in. So he wanted to give us some facts. And I think that was very, very useful information. So we do appreciate it. Yes, Magdalene said that's a true Caymanian. Yes. Don't be afraid of the cold, hard truth. We don't bite around here. We're just looking for the truth. Like I said, we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. And this is one topic that I honestly don't know anything about. Like I said, I chuckled when I saw El Rey say it. He said, I don't know nothing about cooking no turtle meat. All I know is about eating it. Me too. I've never cooked turtle meat in my life. And so I'm not too familiar with the issue, but I'm so glad. See what El Rey says, I can cook ackee and codfish, but don't have a clue what to do with the turtle except eat it. So some food for thought here this morning, though, because clearly, as I suspected, it really is a supply and demand issue. And big shout out to the young lady there who mentioned it even before Jairus called in to say this is a really also a cost issue. In that Miss Jackson, sorry, I'm trying to remember your first name now. She said this is a cost issue because it is so inexpensive. I didn't know that. Here I am thinking it is expensive in the restaurant. Danielle, thank you. Because it's expensive in the turtle farm, I didn't know turtle meat was cheap because I've never bought turtle meat in my life. What the hell? What kind of bamboozling you restaurants doing? So you're buying it so cheap, cheaper than oxtail, probably cheaper than chicken, and then you're overselling it? Honey child, it's time that we go up on that price. No, sir. Wow. No, something's off. All right. What a hot mess. So listen here now. I see, yes, just looking at some messages. Why can't they have an online system for ordering turtle for a percentage of the meat? Can we call and pre-order for December? I guess you better. From the sounds of it, there might be a Christmas shortage. Somebody said in defense of Mr. Mack, they said Mr. Mack is not like that, okay? He's a gentle person, Sandy. He's in his 80s and not like that at all. I don't know about the younger guy, but Mack is a wonderful person. Aw, I need to go talk to Mr. Mack. Cayman Voices, here I come. I'll reach out to Rolston, see if he can hook me up with a little interview. All right. Let me see here now. By the way, the HR question I'll get to tomorrow. We'll deal with that tomorrow. And I do have something I want to mention about CUC that we'll get to tomorrow as well. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing today?
Morning, not bad. How are you?
I'm all right. You see that? You got to hear from me twice. Once a day now, right? You happy?
Jonathan, let me have it. Let me have it. We do have another caller. Hold on. I'm gonna just pull in both calls because both of you are gonna be the last calls of the day. All right, Jonathan, you're up first.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I've been running around town here, so I didn't catch the whole conversation this morning. But I'd like you to please clarify this to me. Did Mr. Jones Miller say that the price of turtle meat is comparable to imported chicken?
Listen, he said it's the cheapest meat out there, practically. It's really, really inexpensive. And so what the restaurants are doing, because they can buy it for cheaper than any other meat, they're purchasing the turtle and then marking it up ridiculous, and we're paying for that markup. I always thought we were paying high prices because it was expensive to get. I didn't know.
Sandra, we're not paying for the markup. We taxpayers in Cayman are paying for the whole kit and caboodle from start to finish.
Trust me, agreed.
Okay? Now, if the man is saying, if Mr. Miller, who I respect, is telling the Cayman Islands people that this highly subsidized from top to bottom, operationally, all the way to the end product to the meat, is being sold at a much lesser price or at an equal price of frozen imported Tyson chicken. And these Cayman people are spending buku dollars annually for this whole entire operation. Can you not see that there's an issue there?
Yeah. Now look at that chicken in the background agreeing with you too.
It should have been caught. That's on my chicken woman.
Boy, I don't know.
We paying out the booyah for the operation of the Cayman Islands turtle farm. I don't care what they want to call it today. It's the turtle farm. If we paying taxpayers, paying X amount of millions of dollars, they can't even make it for what? So the people can have it at a down construction site, installed on the back of a truck or a van or a car. How much more, I mean, honestly, how ridiculous, how insane, how ludicrous. There's the big word to the people, right? How insanely stupid can this whole entire equation be where Cayman is paying out the teeth annually for the operation of the turtle farm? Now, trust me, I'm not one of these people who said Cayman and abortion. I don't have no problem with it, right? So I know on that side of things, so do not get this twisted. But we are paying for the production of this meat at a very high price. And then to turn around and allow it to be sold at the same price as Tyson frozen supermarket chicken, It's stupid, beyond stupid. It's unacceptable. What in the hell are these people thinking, man? I don't know if you agree with me, but if you ask me, it's straight up insanity. Right?
Yes, no, I agree. I agree.
We don't sell it. This person, you have more fortune. Listen, that is a lineage of DOE, and DOE's enforcement very sorry to have to bring this back to you. It's upset, pitiful. In the first place. So that's on them, so you can't use that as an argument. It should be at a premium. The price of the product should be at a premium. If we had this, no. All right, you know what? Let me hush now. It's foolishness, man. It's beyond stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was surprised to hear that this morning as well. I mean, I had no clue that it was so inexpensive. So there you go. All right, Jonathan. Thank you.
I don't fault nobody for eating target.
Yeah.
That's cool. But if we are all paying a high cost of living for the production of the colony itself, and they're selling it for pennies on the damn dollar, we got a problem.
Without a doubt. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Next caller. Good morning. Final call of the day. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Sandra. Minister Brian here.
Yes. Morning, Minister.
Interesting show. I want to first start off by saying thank you so much to Mr. Jarvis Miller for his excellent job of explaining the circumstances.
Yes, very good.
So he did a wonderful job. Very educated man in respect to this area and the class of peace. I recognize the frustration of your last caller, though, because he's right. There's a large subsidization of the cost and production of certain meat.
Yes.
And it's a quandary that we have to deal with as a people and as a government, because this matter has been brought to my attention about the price line for the turtle meat. And you either want to increase it, and then everybody is mad that the cost of turtle meat, which is a tradition, has gone through the roof.
Yes.
And then the other element that come along with it, which is the potential increase of poaching of our natural turtles, which is how do you quantify that value? Yes. I mean, the reason why tourists come here and be able to see turtles in the wild is because they're not being poached like they once were back in the day. It's still part of our culture that we consume turtle meat. So it's one or the other, and that's why it hasn't been raised from administration to administration. You heard, I think I heard you say that Mr. Jarvis said that the supply problem that we're having today is due to the effects of what happened 5 years ago. So this is not today's real issue. It happened from the supply or the birth rate of turtles from 5 years ago, why the supply is where it is now.
Right.
But this is one of those knock-on effects of what I consider to be uncontrolled population growth. And we have to do a better job, and regardless of which administration it may be, about understanding the effects of growth. We see the same situation with our growth, with our housing problem. So we have to manage that better. So these problems that are coming as a result of it are not happening. So if we had planned for this growth 5 years ago, a policy decision could be made to say, do we increase larger supply of turtles that in 5 years we can meet the demand of what the population would be in 5 years? So we have, it's a complex problem. And I know that increasing the price too much is not going to help the situation. We're just going to have a lot of generational Caymanians really upset to say the one thing that makes them who they are, which is what we eat, what we listen to, the things that we do. Will just, have another reason for people to be upset. But I see Mr. Adams' point that it is heavily subsidized, but it's that risk that you take that if we increase the price and then loads of turtles are no longer in the sea, then people will say, oh my God, why did you do that? So we don't want to change that model, but we do have to address it. It's one complicated one, because as like Mr. Jarvis said, you can stop the restaurants, but you can't stop the people. And what stops a Caymanian from having a friend at a restaurant say, oh, I'm going to get my share of my supply and give it to you at the restaurant. So you create almost a dark market, or what they call black market for it. So it's a complicated one. And at this point, I think that I'm not sure how positive it is for our cultural norms to promote it so heavily from a tourism perspective. I think we got to protect it for our people. So I'm at odds at that, but there's not really a solution at this point other than continuing to monitor and balance as much as we can, work with the stakeholders who want it, and they have to be understanding to the circumstances, you know. So that's where we are with it. I just really want to say that Mr. Cherish did a really good job. He makes us really proud.
Absolutely. Yes. And like I said, I hope other civil servants and other even politicians are listening this morning to see that there's really nothing to be afraid of when you come on this program. You just got to speak the truth. And, you know, sometimes things might get rubbed a little way and sometimes people get in their feelings. But guess what? We can all move past that for the betterment of the Cayman Islands. And he was very, very proactive this morning in reaching out and clarifying some of the misinformation that was being, you know, spoken. And some people were calling in. They could only speak to what their experience, I guess, has been and what they think that they know. But like I said, the facts sometimes can be a very different situation. So we really appreciate him stepping up to the plate and doing that for sure.
And Sandra,
yes,
if I can just add this last point, because I think that the last caller was trying to make a point about the pricing for turtle meat. I don't eat turtle, so I really don't pay attention to the prices that much.
Wait a minute, you're not gonna turtle meat in your fridge or what?
I don't eat turtle. And you know what? My political team said, don't tell anybody that. You can't be a politician and tell me. I said, okay, I'm just a new politician. I'm sorry. It wasn't a thing for me growing up. But anyway, the price for turtle meat is $9 a pound. So obviously it's more expensive than chicken. Chicken is the cheapest thing, right? But it's what the point that Mr. Miller was trying to make is it's cheaper than some of your more expensive things like steak, some types of fish, you know, shrimp and those kind of things. Even oxtail is more expensive than that. So the profit margin is larger for those who are in the business of selling foods. So naturally, if you can get a supply of that, and because so many people want turtle meat, you can sell it at a premium price. But I don't think you're going to get away from that problem because it's our culture to love the flavor and the taste of turtle meat. So, and in respect to, it's not like it's the cheapest, but it's one of the cheaper ones compared to the meat that we consume in our local community. All right.
Thank you, my dear.
No problem. God bless everybody.
Yes, very, very good. Birthday greetings. Let's do a few birthday greetings before we end the program today. So happy birthday to Mr. Cecil Goodard. Today is his birthday. And another person says, good morning, Sandy. Birthdays today for Frank McField and Roy Bodden. They share a birthday. Wow, who knew? So again, happy birthday to all of those persons. Somebody says, you're not a Caymanian if you don't eat turtle. What a hot mess. All right, folks. That's it. That's all she wrote. Y'all have a beautiful day. Hopefully we have helped to, let's use a bigly word. Let's use a really big word. Hold on. Let's put on my little megaphones here. Just to big up our friend there, Jonathan. What bigly word can we use? Hopefully we've been able to elucidate the whole topic around turtle purchasing in the Cayman Islands. Oh, that's my mother-in-law, honey child. She must have stuck at the airport. Husband, you better go get your mother. Hello, ma'am. He's coming. He's coming. Yeah, he's coming for you. Yes. Hello? 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 Oh, you're breaking up. That's a bad connection. Hello? Yeah, he's coming. He said he was on a business call, but he's coming. That's him forgetting his own mama. What a mess. Hey, put the phone down. Stop the conference calls, folks. All right, Al, another Caymanian. He says, no eating turtle for me. Anthony, Jim says, good. Happy birthday to me too. Oh, today's your birthday? Oh, Jim, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, so many birthdays today. All right. Yes, honey child. Mama Hill is here now visiting us. So wonderful. All right, so tomorrow's Friday, last show for 2 weeks, so y'all better tune in and tune in early. We got, I think Premier Panton is going to come on for a little bit. I want to answer an HR question in relation to domestic helpers that I got today, and it's a question that we get all the time. So I'm going to pull out the law, and we're going to read through it, and we're going to make sure that all domestic workers in Cayman, please tune into the show tomorrow because y'all need to understand this. It's very, very important. Knowledge is power. And then I want to mention something with CUC. Someone posted a bill that I found to be very, very interesting. So we're going to talk about that as well. All right. Next phone call coming in for me. Lord, people blowing up my phone this morning. All right. So y'all have a wonderful day. Yes, ma'am. See y'all tomorrow. Yes, sir. See y'all tomorrow. And please be good. Or I should say, if you can't be good, at least be good at it, honey child. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.